And here we go. It is the MJ Morning Show, 6 o'clock on the button. Welcome to the program as we launch things for a Friday. I see Fester just scurried in 2 seconds before the little show open ended. Roxanne scurried in 1 second before the end of the thing. I don't see Froggy. Where the hell's Froggy? Where,
you do not read morning texts. That's for sure. Froggy sent us all a group message.
Oh, jeez. Hold on.
What time? Like at 5:20 or 5:28.
5:19. I see it right here. 5:19. I can't make it in today. I need a sick day. Sorry. See you Monday.
So.
Oh, great. All right, so Froggy's called in sick today. Well, I gotta say,
I'm shocked at this information.
Yep. All right, it's a 3-day weekend for Froggy. Oh, look at you with your obnoxious response. So Fester responds back to Froggy, thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery.
What else do you say? I mean, thoughts and prayers. Absolutely.
Oh, jeez.
Absolutely. I hope he feels better.
Hey, did you see this lady that goes into that little convenience store, that little shop in downtown L.A. where they sold the $1 billion Powerball? This lady walks in yesterday morning. This is Los Angeles time, yesterday morning. This lady walks in and starts, oh God, and she's crying and screaming. She's like on the floor, and she's claiming that like she won or her mother won. And she just stopped by to thank them. It's the crazy. This is at this Las Palmitas shop. It happened at the Las Palmitas Mini Mart in downtown Los Angeles. You know, when I lived in L.A., just didn't spend much time in downtown Los Angeles. You know, I lived in Hollywood, and you just don't really go to downtown L.A., and this is actually like a block or two away from the infamous Skid Row in downtown L.A., this Las Palmitas mini market. And it's just like a city street in downtown L.A., and it's just like a junky kind of storefront where this family runs a convenience store. You know, they sell the usual convenience store crap. They sell all the lottery tickets for the California lottery, all their scratchers. They sell the multi-state Powerball. And that's where apparently this woman claims that I don't know if I'm buying this. It's a weird story. But there's audio, too.
I want to hear this.
Because you can imagine that the day after $1 billion, $80 million. So $1.08 billion. You know, hey, the hell with the billion. Wouldn't you like to win just 80 million?
I'll just take that part of it.
How about that? So this woman goes in, and I've got the audio bites, and it's just crazy. Listen to this. Woman goes in.
You are? What's your name? What's your name?
I just wanted to talk to him, please.
Hey, wait. Can we talk to you for just a second? Hey, wait a second. Hang on. We gotta
Honey,
talk
I can't. I'm scared.
Are you sure?
Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Go.
Yeah, we think this is the person.
Go.
We think this is the person. Hey,
No, please go. Get a bodyguard.
And then she runs out. She runs out across the street, and there's like an alleyway, and there's like a BMW parked in the alleyway. She gets into the BMW and then drives off.
So she didn't. So do we think this is the winner? We don't know.
I don't think anything. I'm thinking this is weird as F. Is what I'm thinking.
There's a news crew there. That was a news reporter.
No, there are tons of news crews. It's crawling with news. You got all kinds of news posts. You got all the TV stations. It's crawling with reporters at this place. And the lady, here's another clip of the lady. She's inside, right in front of the counter.
Thank you.
She's like, oh, God bless you.
Thank you.
And she's like bending over. She's like almost on the ground. And it's crazy. And then she just walks out, and the reporters are following her out. Man, what's your name? What's your name? You know, I mean, and then she gets into a BMW and just drives off. I don't know what to think about this. It's crazy. First of all, who wins $1 billion in Powerball, and then you just show up at the convenience store when the place is crawling with the media? That doesn't. And there's some story that the woman claimed that her mother won. Listen, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just telling you that it's weird, and I just don't know who shows up to a place where $1 billion ticket was sold when it's crawling with media until you get your ducks in a row and all that stuff.
Was somebody yelling, get a bodyguard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, in the first bite. Hang on, here it is. Listen.
You are? What's your name? What's your name?
I just wanted to talk to him, please.
Hey, wait. Can we talk to you for just a second? Hey, wait a second. Hang on. We gotta
Honey,
talk
I
to you.
can't. I'm scared.
Are you sure?
Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard.
Yeah,
Get a bodyguard.
4 times.
We think this is the person.
No, please go.
And now you can hear she's running out, and the media's like running after her. She runs across the street. I can't talk right now. That's the last thing. I can't talk. And she bolts across the street, gets into a dark BMW, and drives off. I don't know. It's just strange. See if there's anything else on this. If anything new is developed overnight, if any of the LA TV stations or media put anything together, but it is just a strange scenario. Hey, the last ticket that was sold in Los Angeles, in the area, that was worth $2 billion, that Edwin Castro guy, he didn't come forward until months later. The ticket was sold last November, and he didn't pop up until February. And then here's this lady day after claiming that she won or her mother won, and she's in hysterics.
If you're one of those lotto ticket winners who doesn't pop up until months after, are you living your life like you won the lottery within those months?
That's a good question. I don't know. 6:07, we're just getting rolling. Hey, pretty busy Friday morning show. Hey, I got a popular demand request. I've had multiple people ask for more, so I will give you more. I'll explain. It's coming up on the MJ Morning Show, Q105. Oh, another $1,000. We're giving it away today. Details next.
Good morning. In Tampa, there's an accident near MLK and 40th Street. Traffic looks good on the interstate. North and southbound 275 is up to speed, and no problems north or southbound along I-75 through Pasco, Hillsborough, or Manatee County. Our Bay Area bridges are looking good. From the Rubenstein Law Traffic Center, I'm Kathy Davis on Q105.
Hey, Tampa! It's time for another big weekend at Haverty's, because right now you can save $100 off every $1,000 you spend. The only thing better than finding that perfect, expertly crafted piece your home's been needing is paying less to do it. Haverty's, we furnish happiness.
Stingray Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley. At Stingray Chevrolet, everyone here understands that truck buyers are a special breed because trucks aren't just transportation. You've got stuff to haul and things to tow. Well, good news, because selection is great and the deals are back. We have over 200 Silverado pickups in stock with new 2023 Silverado Crew Cab Customs starting at just $41,800. But listen to this. If you trade in any 2009 or newer car or light-duty truck, we'll give you an additional $1,500 in trade assist, bringing the cost of that 23 Silverado Crew Cab Custom to just $40,300 with several at that price. And if you're self-employed or a small business owner, remember that Stingray has the largest GM fleet commercial facility in the greater Tampa Bay area. StingrayChevrolet.com, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4, exit 22, Plant City. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
Considering buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond? IDC owner Keith LeClaire says, be careful. These machine-made diamonds are being mass-produced, and the value appears to be dropping fast.
If they can create 130 carats per machine per day, and you've got 5,000 people that are growing at that level, do you know how much is already stockpiled? You're talking about millions of carats. Now you're talking about a product that was $5,000 just 3 years ago is now down to almost zero.
So when trying to choose between a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond, proceed with caution.
Why would you put your money in something that devalues faster than food you eat?
Before you propose, come to International Diamond Center and get the facts about diamonds from our non-commissioned experts. Learn how diamonds are priced and graded on the world market and educate yourself on the latest trend of lab-grown diamonds.
I want people to know that IDC is about protecting them.
International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, and Lakeland, and always at shopidc.com.
Have you been looking for the perfect sofa, versatile sleeper sofa, cozy reclining sofa, or stylish sectional to complete your living room? Yes? Then it's time to get serious. Get saving at the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale going on now. There's never been a better time to get a sofa, a better Rooms to Go selection to choose from. And the best part is, every sofa and sectional we carry is on sale. Every style for every space, all at irresistible sale prices. Every comfortable sleeper sofa, every relaxing motion sofa, every plush leather sofa, stylish fabric sofa, and sectional is reduced. The fact is, there's no other sofa sale like it, because no one else has a more complete sofa selection at such amazing low sale prices. Just remember, it's for a limited time only. So seize the moment and save money at the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale going on now. Every sofa is on sale.
Decorating's easy at Rooms to Go.
Recovery after a storm is difficult. Keeping your family safe is job number one. I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. It's tough to see the suffering from hurricanes that are all too common as of late. Navigating the insurance process can be lined with pitfalls. Our team at Anajar and Levine is here to help. We handle insurance claims for victims throughout the state. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Office in Tampa.
Hey, this is Fester from the MJ Morning Show for Circle K. Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program is all about making it easy to reward you with the things you love. Download the Circle K app on Apple or the Google Play app stores, or visit CircleK.com and sign up to save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. Plus, when you buy Circle K products, you get every 6th one free. We're talking about piping hot pizza, fresh coffee, ice cold fountain drinks, and so much more.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill.
MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew, minus Froggy today. Oh, man, speaking of Froggy, remarkable feedback on the latest Froggy awful driving videos. So hold on, we'll get to that here in just a second. I mentioned a grand. We continue. It's the MJ Cash Stash, and we're giving away another $1,000 today. Yesterday, it was Eric in Riverview. You know, I've got the list. I'm keeping track of everybody. We started this last week.
Right.
So we gave away $5,000 last week, $5,000. And it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Last week, it was Cheryl in Wesley Chapel, Amanda St. Petersburg, Stephanie Lutz, Alex Bradenton, Susan St. Petersburg. Each one of those local listeners, Q105 local Tampa Bay listeners, each won $1,000. Then we started it all over again this week, and the winners so far this week, Monday it was Ty in Seminole. He was an 18-year-old kid. Isn't that fantastic? Just graduated high school and wins a grand. So Ty in Seminole. Tuesday, Cindy in Valrico. Wednesday, Vanessa in Lutz. And then yesterday, Thursday, it was Eric in Riverview, grabbed a grand, and we'll give away another $1,000 today between 9 and 9:20. This is a dummy-proof contest. I mean, this is as easy as it gets. Between 9 and 9:20 every single weekday, I'll give you what song you're listening for. I'll give you the song title. You listen for that song to play anytime during the workday. Essentially, it's anytime after I tell you what you're listening for. As soon as that song plays, anytime during the day, the seventh caller wins $1,000. 800-990-1047. It's that simple. So today, the Friday $1,000 song will happen sometime during the day, and I'll announce it at 9 to 9:20 this morning. 9 to 9:20 this morning, I'll give you the next song to listen for. So who's going to win? Hey, could be you. And then guess what? We start again next week. So you realize after today, we've given away $10,000.
Whoa.
10 grand. So another grand coming up later today here on the MJ Morning Show and on Q105. So stand by for that. Hey, the Froggy video, which I think I might have... Did I mention that early yesterday, or did I mention it first at like 7:30 yesterday?
You mentioned it early, and then we
Froggy
dug into it later.
Yeah, he got huffy about it, about you following him, and his license plate, and invasion of privacy.
Yeah,
and
well,
all
first of all, you can't see his license plate. So for the early listeners that maybe didn't get the full description, I have new video of Froggy driving over the curb, the sidewalk, whatever the hell is on the corner. Froggy, whatever the reason is, he clips like all the corners when he makes right turns and seemingly left turns, but it seems that I see it mostly when he does right turns. And I've noticed this. If I'm behind him on the way into the office, and it happens maybe once every, I don't know, fifth day, fourth day. You know, Froggy actually gets here fairly early. Froggy gets in before Fester. Froggy gets in well before Roxanne.
Is it well before Roxanne, since Fester came in at 6:15 yesterday?
Yeah.
I think you have a little bit of a skew towards me, because Fester and I are kind of on the same track.
There's a...
Roxanne's getting testy over here.
No, I'm just kind of keeping it real.
I sense a gender bias.
You know, high testy over there.
I just sense a Roxanne bias.
You're all super premium high testy.
She's right, MJ.
Well, right about what?
Well,
what I just said.
I'm no earlier than she is last couple of weeks. I mean, we're both
consistently.
We're both lollygaggers.
Anyway, if you want to see something very, very funny, this is on the heels of Froggy leaving our office park, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And I had noticed that Froggy, and I've seen this as well, Froggy, when he leaves, he drives over the curbs. Now, usually Froggy bolts out of here, but sometimes I'm out of here quickly. If I've got a workout day, I'm out quickly as well. And I've seen Froggy exit our parking lot and drive over the sidewalk and the curb, making a very tight right and not staying on the paved road and driving over the curb and the grass and the sidewalk, almost knocking over the stop sign from the parking lot onto the street. out of our office park.
Oh, how funny would that be if he took the sign out?
Bent it over like a pretzel stick, just snapped it over. That'd be fantastic. I was hoping he was going to do that on the video. So if you look at my Instagram, you go back, a dozen posts or whatever, you'll see the parking lot and Froggy's silver pickup truck, and he's exiting, and I noticed that he was leaving the building. He parks in the back, and I'm walking out of the side entrance, and I see Froggy's getting into his truck. I'm like, oh, man, hopefully he'll drive over the sidewalk. So I run to my car, which is up front, and I kind of hide so he can't see me, and I roll video. And sure enough, Froggy drives over the curb, the grass, the sidewalk, as he's exiting with a very, very tight right turn. Well, yesterday morning, I'm driving in, and I find myself right behind Froggy. As we're coming off of MLK, just underneath the Gandhi overpass, we're on MLK, and Froggy's in front of me, turns left into the office park, then turns right onto Executive Center Drive, and I roll video. So let me, for the early crowd, we played this later in the show, but for the early crowd that's hasn't heard this yet,
take it off of mute.
Why do you have it on mute?
Because that's how it's the default.
All right, so here we go. Let me refresh this and listen to this audio of Froggy driving. Listen.
Behind Froggy again. Watch this. Watch this. I'm behind Froggy. We're in the office park. All right, we're in the office park. We're about to make a right turn onto Executive Drive North. All right, Froggy's right in front of me. Watch. I'm telling you, he's going to hit all the curves. What the hell?
All right, so just clunk, just drives off. How the hell his vehicle is not out of complete alignment? How the hell has he not popped the sidewalls in his pickup truck? How are his rims or wheels, how are they all bent up?
I mean, the shocks, the CV joints, all of it.
I don't know. Just truly amazing. Take a look at the video. The video, if you're on Instagram, the video is on my Instagram, which is Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. So hit up my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and look for the video. It's one of the top videos, and I just think it's hysterical. I'm waiting for the guy to snap the wheel off his entire vehicle. That's what I'm waiting for. But just pure insanity. And again, Froggy informed us, I guess, by text this morning that he's not going to make it. He's got to take a sick day. So I don't know what the hell the story is there.
Well, we have to be careful to not come to work if we're ill. And, COVID's going around again.
Do you really think that Froggy's ill? I don't think so. Hey, you got a bunch of lipstick on your tooth. It looks really funky. Just thought I'd let you know.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Festa, where are we with finding the burrito lady that I asked you to find?
Oh, I haven't found the burrito lady.
Oh, come on. Really?
Nah, I haven't found her.
Because I'm sure that she would be thrilled to come on the show. I'm sure she'll come on, and I was going to ask her to throw burritos at you and Froggy.
I would love to have a burrito thrown at me by the most famous burrito thrower.
Have you even made an attempt to find this woman?
No, I remember when you asked me, and I tried to look her up on social medias, and I couldn't find her.
There's no S.
No, medias. Like multiple social medias.
I think it's just social media.
Yeah, I think media can be kind of multiple instead of medias.
So if I said social media platforms,
it's like, listen, you're listening to the MJ Morning Shows.
Actually, I like that. I think that's good.
All right, so I asked, come on, man, find the burrito thrower. All right, I got to talk to this lady.
Burrito thrower.
What do you write? Why are you typing in burrito thrower into Google?
Because I forgot her last name. Have you seen these burrito blankets they have?
Oh, no.
How cool is that?
Jeez, what are you?
It's like a Snuggie that looks like a
you know what?
tortilla chip.
You know what's so funny? I almost bought one of those for our gift when we did our we switched gifts at the holidays. The white elephant.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Oh, hang on a minute. So I asked you to find the burrito lady. You type in burrito thrower into Google, and up comes this burrito blanket?
Google thought I wanted to write burrito throw instead of thrower, and a throw is a blanket. And look at this blanket. It looks like a tortilla.
Jeez.
Now I want to buy one of these.
This is a blanket or a sleeping bag?
Looks like blankets. I got to click the link. Look, it's a round blanket. It looks like this. It looks like a big round tortilla, but it's a blanket. It's like a round blanket.
Even with like the baked, like burnt marks on it.
Okay, let's buy one of these and
my
send
God.
it to her. Let's send it to her as a gift.
Hold on. How were you aware that they were selling burrito blankets?
I wasn't.
So these are tortilla shell looking blankets.
You asked
So
me.
it's the size of a big blanket, but it looks like a tortilla shell.
Right. You wanted me to find the burrito thrower. I typed burrito thrower into Google. It brought up burrito throw, and I found the blankets. I had no idea these were something or a thing until literally seconds ago.
So, Roxanne, did you say that when we did the White Elephant gift exchange last Christmas for our morning show Christmas party, you're saying that you almost bought this for the White Elephant gift?
For the first year. Didn't we do 2 of them? Yes,
Hold on.
we did.
So why has nobody brought up a burrito blanket on this show in nearly 3 years?
I don't know that we had anything that was so related to it that it would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a novelty item.
All right. So the burrito thrower, man, this story's crazy. A burrito thrown by a woman at a Florida restaurant missed the intended target. Instead of hitting the male victim in the face, who she was aiming for, it hit somebody else, and now the woman has been arrested. Investigators were called last week to Rick's Reef, which is a St. Pete Beach eatery, due to a female subject yelling at customers. The woman in question was Sarah Ann Cochera, 46, who lives with her boyfriend at his condo just down Gulf Boulevard from Rick's. A witness told police that Cochera was in a verbal dispute with a man not identified in an arrest affidavit. At one point, Cochera threw a burrito at the subject. The airborne burrito did not strike the man with whom Cochera was fighting with. Instead, the burrito smashed another person in the face. The affidavit doesn't indicate whether the victim was injured. Cochera ran out of the restaurant before the police arrived. But now, St. Pete Beach, is that the sheriff's office or is that the St. Pete? I can't keep track of all the small communities and who abandoned their own little police department and then went with the sheriff's office. I can't keep track.
I was once almost arrested by St. Pete Beach Police, and I think now they are a county.
All right, so it might be sheriff's office.
Yeah, the sheriff's office.
So the cops show up. She fled, so she wasn't there. She remained nearby and was not cooperative with deputies. So I guess it was sheriff's office. So Cochera was charged with disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, booked into the county jail, bonded out of custody late last week, posted a $250 bond. Cochera's LinkedIn profile lists her as a financial advisor with a financial services company in the Tampa Bay area. She was also arrested last month for allegedly punching her 66-year-old boyfriend in the face during an argument in their residence.
Man, she sounds like a good time.
The victim, cops reported, had a red mark over his right eye, consistent with a closed fist punch. That was the punch a month ago. Wow. And then prosecutors did not go after domestic battery on that for some reason. And then here we go. 2 weeks later, she's throwing a burrito at the dude, apparently, and it hits somebody else in the face. So I told Fester, man, we got to get this Cochera. We got to get Sarah Ann Cochera on the show. And I asked you first part of the week, and you produced nothing.
I spent like total of like 13, 14 seconds.
Yeah, that's
on
obvious.
It.
Yeah, pretty obvious.
I'd be scared to have her on the show.
Are you kidding me? She's not going to throw a burrito at you, Roxanne.
I want to look up her LinkedIn. What financial services company? Maybe we'll call up there later on today.
Yes.
Yeah. What if the Holland Group is hiring? Yeah. Speaking of the Holland Group, I've got a spot for them. Hey, we'll do early morons in the news next. Man, I got a pretty cool pile of morons next here on the MJ Morning Show on a Friday on Q105. So stand by. Hey. Some early morons of the news on the MJ Morning Show here on a Friday morning. And, man, I got some stuff today. How about a judge here in Tampa sentencing a driver to 40 years in prison for a 154-mile-per-hour crash that killed 2 people?
Ugh.
Oh, that's it? Only 40 years? I would have given him like 80 years. All right, 40 years is a lot. 40 years is a lot.
Yeah, it's
How
a
old
stiff
is the
penalty.
guy?
But not enough. As far as I'm concerned. Winter Haven driver sentenced to 40 years in prison, then 20 years probation for a crash on I-4 in 2021. Yeah, prosecutors said that Jorge Britton was, you got it, drunk off his ass on alcohol while driving his Audi R8. That's an expensive car. The Audi R8, that's a exclusive. You don't see a lot of R8s running around. I was with Julian over the weekend. Where were we driving? We were driving somewhere last weekend, and I said, what is that up there? And Julian, of course, can rattle off any. Oh, that's an R8, Dad. I'm like, oh, yeah, you know what I've seen. I just didn't recognize it from the rear.
Was it the art museum like in St. Pete you went to last weekend?
We were there last weekend.
I have your whole schedule committed to
Yeah,
memory.
you do.
That's fine.
So the R8 struck the back of a Toyota Camry. The Camry went flying into the air. The Camry exploded, and there were 2 people inside, and they didn't make it. According to the FHP in their investigation, the car was going 154 miles an hour when it impacted the Toyota Camry.
Yeah, that's going to cause an explosion.
Yeah, so back in April, the jury found this Jorge Britton guilty, 36-year-old guy. So 40 years in prison. Guess what? You're done. Have a nice life. So 40 plus 36, that puts him out at 76. Now, will he serve all 40 years? Probably not.
He'll serve like 80% of it.
Well, I think the Fed guidelines, I think with federal sentences, you serve at least 80%. I don't know what the guidelines would be here in the state. But this dude was guilty of DUI manslaughter, DUI serious injury, vehicular homicide. This was such a blatant, wanton, horrific, reckless case. And the prosecutor said it was so terrible and it was so wanton that it required, or certainly it was justified for there to be vehicular homicide charges here. Just a terrible story. Yeah, I saw in the Tampa Bay Times story that Beth Smith was in the courtroom, the sister of one of the victims, and said that 40 years in prison isn't enough. She said, I wanted life, but I guess we got what we can get, she told the Tampa Bay Times. So, I mean, drinking and driving, folks, and then driving a souped-up sports car like an Audi R8 at 154 miles an hour on I-4? Again, if I were the judge, I would have thrown this guy away for life. That's just horrific. Hey, another great Florida story here. Florida woman up in Suwannee County.
Where is that?
Up in the Panhandle. Suwannee, Suwannee. Suwannee. I think it's not far from Apalachicola, if I'm not kidding, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, bring that there. Suwannee.
So it's almost like Live Oak, Big Bend?
Yeah, so near Steinhatchee, right? Steinhatchee, how do you say that? Yeah, it's north of Cedar Key. It's inland. So that's where Suwannee County is.
I think I was just near there when I went to the, what is it called? Icknatuchee? What is that?
The Icknatuchee River.
Sounds like you got a scab with some kind of virus in it.
There's no touch.
I got a touch of Icknatuchee over here.
It's Icknatucky.
What is it?
Icknatucky.
The Icknatucky is a spring in Alachua County.
Is that like Pensatucky or?
Yeah, right.
So listen to this lady. This lady sounds like a treat. A lady here in Florida stole a fire truck. What the? When you think of someone that steals a fire truck, wouldn't you say that 99.9% of the time that's going to be a guy?
Yeah, I totally think that would be like a guy's dream. I always want to be a firefighter. I was like, get behind the wheel of this big truck.
Meet Belinda Dolores Waugh. I wonder if there's any relation to Harry Waugh.
I'm sure.
Do you know where Harry Waugh is?
No.
The Burns Dessert Room is named after Harry Waugh.
Oh, that's right. That's why I knew that name.
It's the Harry Waugh Dessert Room.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if by any chance Belinda Dolores Waugh is also an enophile, a wine expert like Harry Waugh from Suwannee County, who's stealing. By the way, you saw that Burns opened back up, right?
Yep.
I think last night. I think Burns reopened last night. It's my understanding, though, the bar is not yet opened, that they're still working on the whole refurb of the bar. So that's going to be revealed shortly. But Burns Steakhouse, after a couple of weeks of being closed for renovations, Burns has reopened. So Belinda Dolores Waugh, she was finally taken into custody by the Suwannee County Sheriff's Office. Earlier in the day, the cops were called to the Wellborn Volunteer Fire Department, where the volunteer fire chief alleged that Waugh, who spent the night at the station, was missing along with a truck. Why the hell was the lady staying at the fire station?
I mean, it's a It's a pretty rural town. I'm looking at pictures of this town. All there is a lake.
That's it.
Yeah, a lake, a field.
Oh, man. So the cops were called, and then they finally located this wall lady with the stolen truck in Live Oak. Who mentioned Live Oak?
Live Oak is the next major city to the east.
So they finally found her in Live Oak, 10 miles northeast of the fire station. When she was questioned at the scene, she claimed that she was a volunteer with the fire department. Yeah. No, she's not. According to the Suwannee County Fire and Rescue Administration, she was not on their official roster, was not authorized to operate the fire truck.
Oh, come on.
She just took it. By the way, the fire station, it looks like just someone's garage in the back of a farmhouse or something. I mean, it's just, that's it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, Wall was arrested, charged with grand theft fire truck and also impersonating a firefighter because she told them that she was a volunteer firefighter. So they also whacked her with impersonating a firefighter.
You can't do that.
I've never heard of that. I've heard of impersonating a police officer. I never heard of impersonating a firefighter charges.
Well, okay, check out the mugshot. MJ.
I'm a tow truck driver. Charged with impersonating a tow truck driver. Yeah, her mugshot looks like she's...
the caption should be, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Wah, because her name is Wah,
Yeah.
W-A-U-G-H, wah, wah, wah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, Roxanne with an early morning funny. Anyway, she declined to speak while she was being arrested. She did tell the officers where the keys to the stolen fire truck were. They were in a blue cup inside the cab of the fire truck. What was in that blue cup? Did they have to dig into some kind of alcoholic beverage, by the way? Anyway, when you think of someone stealing a fire truck, you just don't think of, why did they allow her to sleep in the fire station? She looks like she's like a vagrant or something to that effect.
Yeah, it's a friendly old southern town.
Go on. If you need a place to shag up, just sleep in the fire station tonight. You can do that. Anyway, early morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, when we get back, in just a matter of moments, did you see the suspicious package that shut Walmart down on Dale Mabry? I guess not. I guess we'll fill you in on that. Oh, and there is an update on those COVID miracle cure fraudsters. Did you see the update?
What's the update?
Well, I'll give it to you next. How about that? All right, in minutes. And then, of course, we got $1,000 to blow out again today. It's the Cash Stash. Give you full details of when. We'll give you the song title. We'll do all that next. So we're loaded here on a Friday, folks, on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey. You got the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. 7:03, rolling up on 7:04. Got a busy weekend. Michelle and I are not going to be sitting still, so this is the weekend. I'll get into this in more detail. This is the weekend that we're taking up the offer for the invite to go stay at the Tampa Edition Hotel. So Michelle and I are doing that. They're treating us to dinner at the new one Michelin-starred restaurant, Lilac.
You're going to love it. I haven't been to Lilac, but I stayed at the Edition for a wedding, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what I hear. So I'll get into this later on, but you realize, and this is maybe stunning for some, we have never been down to Water Street. So we live in South Tampa. We live in Beach Park area, and we've never been to Water Street, that whole new development. So we're going to be down there. We're going to walk the whole thing. This is a fam trip, familiarization trip. So
you're going to feel like you're in a new city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be so eye-opening to you. I've only been there a handful of times.
So I'm going to feel like I was like chloroformed and kidnapped.
Yes.
And then just dropped off at another city.
In a very fancy hotel.
All right. So we'll get into I'll get into a little more detail on this. And then also, late Sunday night, we're going to see Oppenheimer. So I don't know what kind of condition I'm going to be in on Monday morning, but hey, we'll deal with all this stuff later on. And then, listen, we're going to Oppenheimer, and I got Fester looking for Barbie tickets over here on the computer. All right, hold on. All of that coming up a little later here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So those Bradenton Bleach bozos, they're going to the federal pokey, man. And I'm not talking about a poke bowl, man. They're going to federal prison. I wonder if we have anyone listening to the show that bought into these bozos. They ran like this online church deal, and they scammed just a whole bunch of people, to the tune of like $1 million during the height of COVID. Did anybody buy this bleach cure? Well, guess what? We told you earlier in the week that they were on trial in Miami. Well, guess what? They are now convicted, and they're going to federal prison. Do you know they didn't have lawyers? They represented themselves. Who the hell represents themselves in any kind of court? What is that old saying?
A man who represents himself in law has a fool for a client.
Yes, something to that effect.
Something like that.
Yes, if you represent yourself, you have a fool for a client. Something like that. The whole story is nuts. This family had people drinking bleach in order to cure COVID and other stuff. By any chance, did you fall for this? Listen, don't be embarrassed. Call me up. If you were a moron, call me up right now.
Be embarrassed.
Yeah, 800, or listen, if you know anybody. Listen, this was just south of, the Tampa Bay area. This is Bradenton. Anybody listening, did anyone buy this bleach cure from this Grennan family? I'd like to hear from you. Or did you know somebody that fell for this? 800-990-1047. I'm just curious. So 4 members of the Grennan family, 4 members convicted of selling this toxic industrial bleach as a phony baloney COVID-19 cure for their online church. Federal jury on Wednesday down in Miami found Mark Grennan, 65, and his sons, 37-year-old Jonathan, 35-year-old Joseph, 29-year-old Jordan, all guilty of conspiring to defraud the United States and deliver misbranded drugs, according to the federal court records. This charge for each of them carries up to 5 years in federal prison. They're going to be sentenced come October 6th. They represented themselves, but declined to speak during the 2-day trial. So they represented themselves, but didn't say anything during the trial.
I don't know if that's the best way to go about.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Thanks for the brilliant legal analysis over there, Fester.
I'm
Thank you.
not a court TV panelist or anything.
Okay.
I got something to add. I don't know if that's the best strategy for them.
Thank you. More brilliant legal analysis from Roxanne over here.
My co-anchor on Court
Yes.
TV.
Yeah, being a wise ass
Court
over
TV's
here.
new show,
Yeah.
Obvious Takes.
So their name is Grennan, and I dub them the Righteous Grennan Stones. I mean, this is like something right out of like a Righteous Gemstones episode.
Do you think they watch the Righteous Gemstones and they're like, that can be us, dude. We can do that.
After the jury delivered the verdict of guilty, they said they're going to appeal. Oh, you gonna write up the federal appeal yourself as well?
But they're not going to talk during that trial either if they get granted an appeal.
So the federal prosecutors called the Grennans of Bradenton con men and snake oil salesmen and said that the family's Bradenton Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing sold $1 million worth of their so-called miracle mineral solution. And they had videos online. They said that it was a cure for 95% of known diseases. They said it cures COVID-19, cures Alzheimer's, cures autism, brain cancer, HIV, AIDS, multiple sclerosis. What are they talking about?
Right.
Who would fall for this?
The COVID claim is actually like the least egregious of all of them.
The Grennans were selling chlorine dioxide. When ingested, it is bleach that is typically used in treating textiles, industrial water, pulp, and paper, according to the Yeah, so listen to this. It gets better. Jonathan and Jordan Grennan, they were arrested in Bradenton, right? Mark and Joseph, they fled to Colombia.
Wow.
Yeah, they were arrested in Colombia, and they were extradited back to the U.S. Oh, man.
These guys are not helping their own case.
No, these guys are... Anybody listening know the Grennans of Bradenton? Anybody listening buy this snake oil salesman crap? Did anyone listening drink bleach? All right, bleach lines are open. 800-990-1047. Have you ever drunk bleach? 800-990-1047.
All right, now
Or if you bought this crap from these people.
Now you're getting into the area of like laundry accidents. Have you ever swallowed bleach? Ugh.
Oh my God! You know, hey, there's another. There's one of these new stupid social media deals. You know about the 20 Mule Team Borax thing? We'll get to this in the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show next. This is unbelievable. The idiots on social media, outrageous. Roxanne, do you have a drinking bleach update for us?
Do I ever? Okay, when you ingest a large amount of bleach,
you die.
The mouth and esophagus will feel as though they are burning, possibly on fire.
Thank you.
And then bleeding may also occur. Once the bleach is in the stomach, intense nausea may develop. And this nausea is usually followed by vomiting. And you could also have watery eyes and blurred vision.
Well, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, don't drink bleach.
What is
I feel like LT in The Water Boy. And that brings me to my next, don't do crack, right? Wasn't that Water Boy?
Yes.
7:13 at the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, hey, my halfway Walmart got hit with like a bomb scare yesterday. You see that?
This is your gas Walmart.
Yeah,
isn't it?
hey, like I said, it's my half Walmart. Why is it my half Walmart? And don't call me an elitist. I'll explain next on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, also, folks might be grossed out on something, but it's recommended by dermatologists. That's on the way at 7:45. Oh, did you see the AMC beatdown? This is a big movie weekend between Barbie and Oppenheimer, and we've got a movie theater beatdown not to be believed. All right, hold on to that thought. We're back in minutes. We start an hour and 20 minutes nonstop next. So an hour and 20 minutes uninterrupted MJ Morning Show is next. And, of course, make sure you're listening between 9 and 9:20 this morning because we'll give you the new Cash Stash song. When you hear it, be the 7th caller, and you'll win $1,000. You want to win $1,000 today? Keep listening. 9 to 9:20. We'll... Q105, MJ here today with Fester and Roxanne. Froggy called in sick. Well, I'm sorry, he texted in sick.
Don't say it like that.
Morning.
There's no way to call in sick. I mean, I'm not going to call you at 3:50 in the morning.
You know, when Froggy texted in sick and I found out, and I didn't see the text. It was 6 o'clock this morning. We start the show. I'm like, where's Froggy? And who said, oh, you don't read your early morning text, do you?
I said it because you don't.
Yeah, so I missed that. And as soon as I found out that Froggy texted in sick on a Friday, I said,
I'm shocked at this information.
Yes.
Well, you know he's going to have a doctor's note on Monday.
In the immortal words of P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, man, that guy's fallen off the face of the earth. What happened to him? You don't hear about him at all.
No, you don't.
Puffy, P. Diddy, Sean. What? First of all, what freaking name does he use now? This is an old soundbite of his.
I'm shocked at this information.
I love that.
I'm shocked at this information.
So Puffy has gone to poof.
He's poofy.
Well, so he's out of the limelight, not as much as he used to be, but he's big into producing records and representing artists and all that stuff.
Whatever. All right, so we've got money to give away again today. Yesterday we had a $1,000 winner. It was Eric in Riverview. So this week so far, $4,000. This week, $4,000. Last week, $5,000. And then after today, it'll be another $5,000. And then next week, giving away another $5,000. Wouldn't you like to win $1,000? Well, here's the deal. Make sure you're listening to us between 9 and 9:20 today, and that's every day. Every weekday, listen between 9 and 9:20, and I'll give you the Cash Stash song. You listen for that song. It'll play before 6 p.m. guaranteed. When you hear it be the seventh caller, you win $1,000. Right here on Q105, simple as that. All right, the Walmart story, and then I got a big theater warning. We have a lot coming up because we've just started an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ morning show. Hey, spread the word for us, would you please? Would you tell everyone you know, people you work with, hey, the best, funniest morning show in Tampa Bay is this right here. It's the legendary classic MJ morning show. And, of course, we're back here on Q105. So, first of all, the Walmart story. And, Fester, you're a little curious why I call it my halfway Walmart, right?
I know you go there for gas. You've told me before that I was stupid for going to another gas station and paying this premium price when you could have driven another mile to this Walmart.
Well, exactly. Well, the deal is if I'm near Costco, now I'm a Costco member. I used to be a Sam's member, but then they shut down the South Tampa Sam's Club. Yeah. I don't know why the hell they did that. That was pretty stupid. So they shut down that. So I'm a Costco member now. And if I'm near Costco and the line is not crazy, I'll get gas at Costco. So like Sam's gas, Costco gas. The BJ's, do they have gas stations here in the Tampa? Yeah, some BJ's have gas as well. I think I see gas on the US 19 one when I pass by. Anyway, the wholesale clubs are going to have the best gas prices, but the Walmart typically has great gas prices, and this is the Walmart on Dale Mabry and 275.
Didn't you witness a crime there?
Yeah, there was a shootout right in front of the liquor store, right in front of Total Wine and Shootout. Right?
Total Wine and Bullets.
Total Wine and Bullets.
Isn't there a whiskey or a bourbon named Bullet?
Yes,
yeah,
there is.
Yeah, Bullet Bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah, Bullet Rye, absolutely.
Well, don't say it like that. I'm not the connoisseur that you are.
Great stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Bullet makes great stuff. You know, nicely priced, good stuff. So the reason why I'm bringing up Walmart and my halfway Walmart, I'll explain in a second, is the place was evacuated yesterday. Why was it evacuated? There was a suspicious package outside. Turns out somebody bought something, and I guess they took the item out and just dumped the box outside the door.
That happens all the time.
And was that, you think, a purchased item or was it a stolen item?
It depends what the item is. Because if it's something you wear, like a shoebox, and I'll tell you why I say that.
Who the hell wears a shoebox?
Dude, I'll get to that in a second. But like, I've seen people.
They wore a shoebox.
Hey,
honey, what shoebox should I wear tonight?
All right, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I said that in a second.
Where do you wear it on your head?
Okay. Do I look?
All right.
Hey, Michelle, do I look fat in this shoebox?
Listen. I'll tell you why I said that in a second.
Do you wear it on your feet?
Right.
Do you wear them on your ears?
But I've seen people take TVs out of the box because you can't fit the big box in the car.
Just dump it in the parking lot, huh?
Yeah, but you leave it there. So I went to and this is nothing. This is why I said shoes. I went to the outlets in Orlando, and there's the Nike store there.
By the way, outlets typically suck. Anyone that thinks they're really going to get a good deal in an outlet, my experience has been that the prices are the same. The outlet, that's like, let's go save money at the outlet.
I mean, maybe you get a clearance item $10 off, but
and then it's crowded.
Guess what? I'd rather stick my finger in the outlet than go to the outlet. All right,
So
well,
anyway,
go ahead.
I'm at the Orlando outlets, and there's the Nike store, and it's like the United Nations inside this store. I mean, there's people from all around the world at the store, and people were buying dozens of shoes and leaving the shoe boxes outside the Nike store, and then just jamming the shoes in luggage to take it back to their country.
Oh, I got you.
And I was
back to like Bangladesh,
wherever they were from,
Yeah.
and anyway. That's why I said shoe boxes, but.
We're going back to Wakanda.
But if you
got a whole bunch of shoes.
You have a list of everybody in the village. All right, listen. But if you buy a big package and your car can't fit it, that's the problem I have now. I'm not a truck owner now. I can't bring a lot of things home.
Don't you miss your pickup truck?
You know what? No, because I think I'm gonna be a car guy for a while.
All right. So there was a suspicious package outside of Walmart. This is the Dale Mabry and 275 Walmart, and they evacuated the whole store. They shut it down, and it turned out that the suspicious package was just a cardboard package that somebody left after taking the item out. The story doesn't say what the item was, but they left the box, and suddenly that became, cause for concern. And listen, as the newly minted Tampa police chief Lee Burkhaus said, it's better to be safe than sorry. See something, say something, because hey, it's all fun and games until that box blows up and blows eyeballs across Dale Mabry.
That's what the chief said.
No, I'm sorry. No.
Oh my God.
No.
Holy crap!
I kind of was like, I love the chief.
He's the best police chief ever.
No. His quote was, "That's why we say something, say something."
Okay.
I said it's all fun and games.
I'm sorry.
Until something blows up and blows eyeballs
what an
across Dale.
evocative phrase.
The way you kind of set it up.
No, he didn't say that. I said that part was me. So before I move on, why is that my halfway Walmart? Because I buy gas there. In fact, I just filled up with Julian, not last night, night before. We had that torrential rain, and like all the roads were flooded. I don't know, about 8 o'clock maybe.
Yeah.
And then Julian, got some dinner on the way home. So I buy gas at that Walmart. I don't shop in that Walmart. I don't know. I just, I prefer the Walmart experience at the Walmart on Gandy in South Tampa.
Well, with all that Ballast Point trash shopping for deals.
All those beach park bums. Yeah, baby. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not a Walmart shopper inside at that location. I'm an outside gas filler upper.
So I went to Walmart yesterday, and I sent you a picture, and I'm sorry because I got the wrong scent. They had Sure deodorant for like $1.99 a stick, but it was original flavored, so original scented, and that's not you're unscented, right?
Yeah. Fester sends me this text. Let me find your text. Here we go. Fester sends me a picture of him holding the Sure deodorant antiperspirant, and it's got like the little, it looks like a ribbon or like the infinity swirl on it. And he sent me one that said regular. And Fester said, "Is this your deodorant?" I'm like, and I sent back, same brand, but unscented. I buy, and I've been using this for years. I mean, 20 years. I like Sure unscented. I don't like scents. I don't wear colognes. I don't like perfumes. I don't like my olfactory senses assaulted, bashed over the head.
Do you like your olfactory senses groped?
It's olfactory.
Olfactory.
He likes anything groped.
By the way, you have an annoying piece of glitter on your face. I don't know. Hold on.
Where is it?
Hold on.
How could glitter ever be annoying? Glitter is wonderful.
No, it's not. Glitter is the devil.
Glitter is just a happy thing.
Tell you what, let me go give your 3 and 6 year old 8 pounds of glitter. I'm going to drop it off at the house, see what happens. Let's see how much you like glitter after that.
There's a reason why they make glitter bombs.
Yeah, you have some glitter on your left cheek.
Rub it in, Fester. Where is it?
Well, you can't rub in glitter.
Rub it off.
Hold on.
That was it's the wrong side. So
You just really get the other side.
thought I'd point that
Just
out.
licked his finger and then rub my. You know when you're like when your grandma does that.
Oh God, that was my mother did that. You know, you're 4, 5, 6, 8 years old, and you got food on your face, and mom takes like a tissue and spits on it, and then what was that? Get your spit off my face!
Right?
I don't want your spit Kleenex on my face, Mama. The hell?
That's the international mom wiping crap off your face.
Oh my
move.
God, that's the worst. All right, so Fester,
Yes.
you just sent me. You're just cruising First of all, you clearly don't use deodorant. Why were you on the deodorant aisle at Walmart?
Okay, first of all, everybody knows if I were to use deodorant, I buy it from Dollar Tree. The $1.25 Men in Power Sticks. Anyway.
By men.
Right. So, anyway, I'm in Walmart, and Walmart has a new dollar section.
Really?
Yeah. It's up near the front. There's like things that are $2, $3, $4, but they have a lot of things that are $1.
$100. It's the $100
But
section.
everything was cheaper, and then they had a whole row of the same purple capped original or what flavor did what scent did I send you? Whatever it was, there were.
It's not a flavor. It's a
I know.
scent. You sent me Sure regular scented. I use unscented.
But
It's a flavor when you lick someone's armpits.
And by the way, if you go to Walmart and if you're looking for the unscented Sure and the whole row is empty, I was probably just there because I buy like 12 or 16 at a time, so I don't have to shop for them for over a year.
Well, that's why I was thinking of you because there was like 200 of them.
I'm stocked.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if they have the unscented. Anyway, so moving along. This weekend is huge. This weekend is a big, big theater weekend. You've got Barbie opening up today. You've got Oppenheimer opening up today. I told you guys, a week or so ago that we're going to see Oppenheimer Sunday night at 9 p.m. So
You're going to be a bag of crap on Monday.
Thanks. Well, listen, I typically get to sleep pretty late anyway, so I should be fine. You should be able to detect no difference in my my chipper, outgoing attitude on Monday morning show. But seriously, Michelle, myself, we got a busy weekend. So Michelle and I and Julian were going to see Oppenheimer. Our friends Mark and Christine, and I think the kids are joining us as well. We're going to see the 9 o'clock showing of Oppenheimer on Sunday night. And I pointed this out, that you want to see in the Tampa Bay area, the best way to see Oppenheimer is going to be the 70 millimeter print. Not IMAX, because here in the Tampa Bay area, we don't have IMAX 70 millimeter. So number one, first choice is to go see Oppenheimer in IMAX 70 millimeter, which we don't have here in town.
Which we don't have in the state.
Yeah, well, I think there's one in Miami.
Okay,
I think there's an IMAX 70 in Miami. We don't have one in the Tampa Bay area.
There's 13 of them in the country.
I think there's 19 or 20.
I think there's 20 in North America.
No, there's 19 or 20 in the U.S. So in the Tampa Bay area, the number one choice is to go find a 70 millimeter print. AMC Veterans has a 70 millimeter, so we're going to see that. And I wanted to get like Saturday morning at like 10 a.m. or something, or like midday, like a matinee. But 2-3 weeks ago, when Michelle went on to buy tickets, all the good seats were already taken. So the only decent seats that we could find were Sunday night for the 70 millimeter, because people know now. People knew, obviously, like the IMAX. I'll give you an example. The IMAX theater was like empty. We could have had any seat in that. The 70 millimeter theater at AMC was already filled up because people know, but not everyone. That's why I'm telling you. So we're going to see the 9 p.m. showing because we're able to get good seats, like in the middle of the theater, in the center. So that is what we're doing on Sunday night. So Sunday night, 9 o'clock, 30 minutes of trailers. Movie starts at 9:30. It's a 3-hour movie. Not going to be out of there until 12:30. I'm not going to be at home until like 1 a.m. So it's going to be a late night for us on Sunday. And then on Saturday, tomorrow, I'm looking forward to this. Do you remember do you remember how did the Tampa edition come up? Was it the fact that
was it the Michelin stars?
No.
Guys, it's because I went there.
Michelin star came later. So that's right. You were at the Tampa Edition Hotel on Water Street.
Yes, I was excited because I was going to stay there for a wedding one night. And then we talked about it before and after.
And then I made a mention that that's like the only 5-star hotel, the Tampa Edition, downtown Water Street. I said that's the only 5-star hotel in Tampa. And it turns out that the entire crew, the whole marketing department, the executive chef, just a whole bunch of management, they were listening to the MJ Morning Show that time. I think it was back in February or March.
Yes, it was. It was February because the wedding was around Valentine's Day.
Right. So they're all listening. All the management and a lot of the staff at the Tampa Edition listening to us that morning. They get to work and they're like, "Hey, did you hear the MJ Morning Show on Q105? They're talking about us." And remember, the marketing director, Christine. She called into the show and said, "Hey, guys, thanks for talking about us." And then invited me to go down. And it's just taken a while to find a weekend that worked. But tomorrow, Michelle and I are taking the Tampa Edition up on the offer. So Michelle and I are going to be spending the night, a little weekend staycation. So we're going to spend the night at the Tampa Edition. We're going to have dinner at Lilac tomorrow night, experience all of their clubs and bars, and we're going to be able to walk around all of Water Street. And again, this might be breaking news, and folks might be shocked at what I'm about to say.
I'm shocked at this information.
But I have not been to Water Street yet.
I love Water Street.
Yeah, I have not been down there. This is going to be my first foray down at Water Street, so I'm looking forward to just breathing it all in, including staying at the Tampa Edition tomorrow night and then having dinner at Lilac.
Oh, you know what you need to do is you need to go over to the Pearl for breakfast. I mean, I know you're going to be staying at the Edition, so you probably want to eat there. But go have. Oh, you don't drink coffee. That's right. But Michelle drinks coffee.
She drinks Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Well, I'm telling you, go over to the Pearl and get a cup of coffee there because that is my
Michelle
favorite
runs on
coffee.
Dunkin'.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe you can have it like Uber Eated to the Edition hotel.
So busy weekend. So I'm going to Oppenheimer. Fester, you going to Barbie?
No, okay, so hold on.
Yeah. In the middle of the show, last hour, Fester's on one of the theater websites with the seating map.
Yeah.
And you're trying to buy Barbie tickets for your wife and kids. What's going on here?
So tonight, I'm ditching my family and I'm going out.
With the boys?
Well, I don't go
What
to.
do you mean you're ditching your family and going out?
I don't go to many radio station events.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm not invited. But tonight's a going away party for one of our coworkers.
Who's going away?
Davi,
Davi.
Producer over Orlando's producer over at Wild.
Yeah.
Great guy. I've known him for since I've worked here. I see him every morning.
Yeah, I'm not going to make that.
Yeah, but it's
Is that the guy that used to park in my parking spot?
Yes.
Screw him.
Yeah.
He can go to hell. I'm not going to. He's parked. He just to piss me off. He parked in my parking spot once every week.
All right, two things. One, it worked.
Yeah.
Two, he's a great guy.
He really is.
And we're having a going away thing for him. And normally I'm not a big going away guy, but it's at the casino, and I haven't been to the casino in a long time.
Oh, at Hard Rock.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to go to the Hard Rock. I'm going to have a couple of cigars, maybe have a drink or two.
Hey, listen, I mentioned that we went to Council Oak about a month ago or so. I was at Council Oak with Dennis Phillips and his wife, Dennis Phillips from Channel 28, meteorologist, and our friends Robert and Gigi. And, we were at Council Oak. I'm telling you right now, that prime bone-in ribeye was outrageously good.
Excellent.
At Council Oak. Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to, that's tonight. I want to go to this. I want to really kind of just get out and get my groove on.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, crap. Allison and Hadley are going to be sitting at home. Hudson's going to grandma's tonight. And I'm like,
let me just send them to Barbie.
And I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be great if you guys went to see Barbie? And Allison's like,
you're not going to get into Barbie at the last minute on a Friday opening night?
So I figured out that I'm not going to get into Barbie last minute on a Friday night.
Well, thanks for repeating exactly what I just said.
So my theater of choice would have...
Fester's looking for Barbie tickets for tonight.
No.
an hour ago.
So listen, my theater of choice is the Wesley Chapel Theater, the Groves Theater.
The Grove, yeah.
You know, and I was trying to find the Curtis Reeves seat, and
Oh, come on. You dude, really?
all right,
Really?
keep going.
Come on.
You're either laughing.
Anyway,
you're either laughing or you're pissed at me right now.
When are you able? No one's left.
Sunday is the next day of good available seats
For Barbie.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick a couple of seats. Like you have like these like fancy reclining seats or these super plush seats in the back. So I'm gonna buy a couple.
What
of
time
these.
is this? This is
7:30
p.m. on Sunday night.
Yeah, and I'll stay home. Right? It's a school night for me. We work in the morning.
All right. Well, hey,
I mean,
listen.
it's not Oppenheimer at 9:30.
They're going to see Barbie 7:30 on Sunday night. Well, I'm going to see Oppenheimer 9:30 on Sunday night.
The only seats that were available were like the wheelchair seats, and I'm like, Allison, you want to sit on the floor in a wheelchair seat? And she's like, no.
Hey, incidentally, I got a couple of Barbie stories here. One of the stories I saw was, is Barbie a kids movie? Understanding the movie's PG-13 rating. So,
wait, hold on.
I'm not taking my kids.
Barbie has been one of the most buzzed about movies for over a year. The second, I have no desire. I have absolutely zero desire.
Let's get past
to
that
see
part.
Barbie.
We get you aren't going to go see it, but a lot of people are.
You cannot even describe what the movie is. The trailers and sound bites allude to how much fun the movie is, how spectacular it is, but they don't scratch the surface of how deep the movie goes with the thematic elements of the movie. So a lot of parents might think, oh, Barbie, it's a little kid's doll. It's a kid's movie. I don't think this is like Toy Story. I don't think this is like
a more wholesome.
Who are the things with the goggles and the one eyeball?
The Minions?
Yeah,
The Minions,
those
yeah.
things. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This isn't Gru.
Yeah. So just heads up, it's not a kids movie. The themes, it's all adult kind of stuff. So it's PG-13. So heads up on that. Oh, and then speaking of Barbie, and I'll get to the dermatologist story in just a second here. Hold on. Religious leader says Barbie movie has demonic influences.
Oh, I felt that way all along.
Hello, Barbie. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
I'm a Barbie girl.
I'm making myself cough when I do that voice. Yeah. This is from WTRF television, wherever the hell that is. A religious leader is now telling the public to not see the newest Barbie movie because it has demonic influences and any child who sees it will behave differently. Ivan Tuttle is the founder of Ivan Tuttle Ministries International in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's full of demonic influences, and do not be surprised if your child suddenly starts to behave differently. The Lord showed me the millions of demons that will be released on your children. Don't take this lightly. They are coming for your children. That's what this Tuttle guy said. Wow. This is a Facebook post. It's reached a lot of people. And a lot of folks have criticized this. You ever hear of this guy? You ever hear of this Ivan Tuttle, founder of the Ivan Tuttle Ministries International?
I have not.
He says that the Facebook post is getting a lot of attention. People are criticizing him. He says those that are sharing this post, making fun of it, God loves you too. God sees who you are, and he is there to help you. Just cry out to him. He will bless you and help you. God bless. So, according to the Tuttle biography, he died once and was dead for about 3 hours.
Oh.
And during those 3 hours, he experienced hell and heaven and then came back to life. And he wrote a book about his experience. It's called A Journey to Hell, Heaven, and Back. And don't go see Barbie because your kids will become Beelzebub.
You would think that's a lot to do in 3 hours. I mean, if you have 3 hours to do something, first we're going to hell, and then we're going to heaven. Right. We only have like 3 hours. That doesn't seem like enough time.
But Barbies do sort of incite bad behavior.
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on
Can I
earth.
have a thought without it being disrupted by that singing, MJ,
Yeah.
please?
I got to grab a call here, too. Yes, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Barbies do sometimes incite bad behavior because all I remember about Barbies, I was asked this in a web meeting the other day. Roxanne, what were your experiences with Barbies as a kid? And I'm like, the only thing I can remember is my Barbies were always nude. They always had their
Right,
clothes
and-
off.
and-
They were always, Ken and Barbie were always making out.
And number one, also, you wanted to know why Ken was smooth down there.
Yeah.
And he had no Vienna sausage hanging out. That's why you. Hey, Mommy, why is Ken a eunuch? All right, so hold on. Kurt's in Tampa. Hey, Kurt, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Kurt.
Hey, good morning. You could probably spend the 3 hours that guy spent going to hell, heaven, and back. You could spend in the Oppenheimer movie. That's more than 3 hours. I saw that last night. It's in the bistro, and just to give you a heads up, there's a two full frontal nude sex scenes in the film.
Yeah, I heard that. I read that I read that people might be shocked that there is a nude scene. Yep.
Yeah, there's several F-bombs. Obviously, no big deal. I also did hear there was some sex scenes, but it was just the Florence Pugh, I think is the actress's name, just full right there. So just I know you said you were going with your kids. So
No. I'm going with I'm going with Julian. Julian's 19, so I think he can handle it.
Okay.
Yeah. So how was Oppenheimer? I'm so looking forward to this movie.
It was great. Movie started at 7:20 after the previews. It was more than 3 hours, so definitely take a nap and drain your bladder. But it was pretty good. It was really great, and there was no computer animation for the Los Alamos test. It was all genuine pyrotechnics and no fancy.
And
stuff.
that's something that Christopher Nolan said. He didn't want to use digital effects, didn't want to use CGI. Listen, this is real cinematic filmmaking. I'm not a fan of all the DC and Marvel stuff. It gives me a headache. It's all computer crap, and I'm just not interested in it. So
I'll say this. I'll say this one last thing. I
Yeah.
went to Cine Bistro, and we walked in. It was a pink nightmare in there. They had a big inflatable picture frame. They had stuff hanging from the ceiling. They had a picture of Ken on the men's bathroom, the Barbie on the women's bathroom. You got all the moms and women of South Tampa dressed in pink showing up like it's Sex in the City Part 3.
Oh, my God.
It was unbelievable. And I was asking my wife, when the Expendables or something comes out, are you going to deck this thing out with camo and weapons and guns and knives? And
Well, wait a minute. No, they, for Oppenheimer, they should have had the place decked out with Fat Man and Little Boy.
Yeah,
the two bombs. That's what
everything should be charred. But
the lobbies should be charred.
Just leveled.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right. Hey,
Kurt, thanks for the heads up on the.
Hold on. Say it again.
Yeah.
It was just a pink nightmare.
Yeah.
And all these women are taking like 90 selfies. Hey, you get one more. Get one more. Ooh, one more.
And how many duck lips did you see with the South Tampa pilled up mommies last night?
You ever see two Pringles put in people's mouth and facing opposite directions?
All right, listen, Kurt, you guys are getting a little catty, both of you guys. Listen, people are having good, clean fun, Kurt.
I'm a South Tampon, okay? Listen.
You're sitting there watching movies with full frontal nudity, and these people are having a little good time.
Kurt, you're South Tampa as well?
Yes,
I know who this is. I know who Kurt is. Yeah, Kurt, you're the teacher, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was actually debating trying to see if I could show this film to my chem classes whenever I teach chem. But after I saw the nudity and I can bleep out the F-bombs, no problem.
Hey, I'll tell you what. If you want to see some nudity, see last Sunday's episode of The Righteous Gemstones. Yeah. Holy moly! Hey, Ken, let me run, okay, buddy? But thanks for calling in.
All right,
Kurt.
All right, see it.
What I say?
You called him Ken.
Well, because
Ken doll.
I've renamed him Ken in honor of Barbie. Okay,
Ken doll.
I'm wearing pink today, by the way. I just realized that. It's in no reflection of support of the Barbie movie, but I just realized that.
Look at that. So, Kurt, he's a teacher at Plant High School in South Tampa. He calls us occasionally. All right, you ready for? Oh, what time did I tease? I teased it for 8 o'clock. Oh, I didn't even tease. I better not. I better do something else. And Phil, yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm supposed to what now? Hold on, Andrew, turn your microphone on.
Talk on air.
I think you were supposed to call somebody today.
So
no, that's later.
Yeah, later in
Yeah.
the day.
I thought that's why he didn't want to do it at 8:45. At 7:45.
No. So Wacky Jackie's coming in. This is actually a very sweet story.
It really is.
Wacky Jackie is volunteering at that wildlife center that just had the fire at John's Pass. So Wacky Jackie, they're doing a fundraiser, I believe, and Wacky Jackie's going to come in around 9 o'clock and give us some information on that.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to talk about the theater beatdown. And heads up.
This is going to be a stressful weekend at the movie theater. 2 big movies of very different people are going to be in the theaters.
You know, I think this could be the busiest movie weekend all year. Between Barbie and Oppenheimer, I'm guessing this is going to be the most packed that theaters are going to be so far this entire year. And there is crazy video here in Florida of an AMC theater beatdown. So police in Florida here are looking. This is down in South Florida, so it's Miami. So police are looking for a guy caught on camera beating the crap out of a 63-year-old guy, allegedly because he asked to switch seats.
No. Now you just don't go to the box office and buy tickets to the movie and pick your seats.
Yeah, now you go online and you pre-buy your seats.
The same way I'm looking online to buy Barbie tickets for a Sunday night. This guy bought specific seats, and he said, "Hey, you're in my seat. I purchased these seats."
Yeah, I said Miami. It's actually Broward. It's Pompano.
Pompano, yeah.
Yeah, so Broward County Sheriff's Office released video of this horrific situation. It was in the Pompano Beach AMC theaters. So Pompano is right near Fort Lauderdale, for those that don't know. And the suspect violently shoves an elderly man up against the railing and then starts bashing him in the head with his fist. According to the Broward County Sheriff's Office, the victim said he bought VIP tickets, which means that he picked assigned seats for his wife and himself. But when he got inside, he saw the suspect and a woman in his seats, so he asked them to move. Cops say the suspect quickly became angry and hostile, got in the guy's face, and then that's when video starts rolling. That's when someone, I guess, started rolling video.
The video is taken from several rows back.
Yeah, and then there's also surveillance video from inside, like the hallway of the theater. So the man and the woman then fled the theater. So after this guy beat the daylights out of the 63-year-old guy with his assigned VIP seats, they flee the theater. Because, listen, obviously the cops are coming. This guy just got a horrific
beat down.
Smackdown. Surveillance cameras captured really, really clear shots of them walking through the hallway outside of the theaters. I mean, almost crystal clear of their face and body in the lobby area. The victim was taken to the hospital with several injuries, and cops want anyone with info to contact the Broward County Sheriff's Office. Man, it is crystal clear. They should easily be able to find who this guy is, and he's going to face some serious battery charges. But this was a horrible incident. The 63-year-old man and his wife, they bought VIP seats. They probably went online. They selected their seats, just like we have selected seats for Oppenheimer on Sunday night. And this guy and his girlfriend are in their seats. They say, "Hey, can you move? These are our seats." And the guy just, goes all, Fight Club on this guy's face.
Bad things sometimes happen when people lose their tempers in movie theaters. We've seen that here locally.
Yeah, Fester made that awful comment earlier.
It's not an awful comment. I mean,
I have no comments. I have no comment. My comment was the awful comments.
Hey, speaking of theaters, I thought I printed this out, but I don't think I did.
Yes.
But I saw one of the theater chains is going to stop, charging extra for better seats. Go to the Googles, would you please?
Sure.
Because I know I saw this yesterday, and I don't think I printed the story out. But since we're talking about theater crap, kind of makes sense. Theater not charging for premium seats. Yeah. So see if this brings up a story, because this just came out yesterday, and I can't remember. Right here.
AMC?
Yeah, go to that right there.
Okay.
AMC theater chain to stop charging. Hold on, just leave it alone. I got it. Let me scroll down. So I told you, I saw this yesterday. AMC is abandoning plans to charge more for movie seats depending on their location, but higher prices for center middle seats at theaters where AMC has been testing the concept will remain in effect this weekend, when Barbie and Oppenheimer are expected to draw significant crowds. So I guess they're gonna squeeze it out this weekend, but then after that,
after the biggest movie weekend of the year,
then they're gonna stop charging for better seats.
I mean, how much is the price difference? Is it $1 or $2?
I mean, what the movie theater's becoming like Spirit Airlines? What's going on here?
Okay, so it's only $1 or $2 difference. I don't even see what the big deal is.
Yeah, I don't know. Who the heck knows? All right, 8 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, we're 1 hour away from the next Cash Stash song reveal. So between 9 and 9:20, I'm going to tell you what today's Cash Stash song is. So you listen for that song after I announce it. You listen for that song to play anytime today during the workday before 6 p.m. And when you hear it, be the 7th caller, and you win $1,000 with the MJ Cash Stash song of the day. And that'll round out this week, and we'll give away another $5,000 this week. We gave away $5,000 last week every day. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're giving away another $5,000. Just listen to the MJ Morning Show between 9 and 9:20. We give you the song title, then listen for it to play, and boom. All right, 8 o'clock, and this was the time that I teased the dermatologist story. And this is like, Dermatologists recommend showering how many times a week?
Oh, man. Just by virtue of you doing this story, it's got to be a gross number, like once.
Roxanne?
5.
5? It's a little high, isn't it?
She doesn't know. She's guessing.
Do you think I'd be making this big of a deal of a story if it was 5 days a week?
Listen, I probably take 9 showers a week.
I mean, I know people who take 2 showers a day. I'm sure there's people who take more than 2 showers a day.
Dermatologists recommend showering only 2 to 3 times a week.
So, isn't there some benefit in exfoliation? And doesn't exfoliation happen when you shower and rub your skin?
Yeah, those 2 to 3 times a week. You don't need to exfoliate every day.
Well, they've never lived in Florida where they're going to sweat every day.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys wonder what my secret is to my smooth olive skin?
You do have nice skin.
It's that 2 times a week shower,
What do you mean Fester has nice
skin? He really
I have
does.
Nice soft skin.
He does.
Very soft.
That's the Sicilian in you,
wanna
right?
know, you want to also soft? My hands are baby soft from years of avoiding hard work.
The germs just moisturize them,
Hey,
right?
Any dermatologists listening to the show? Any dermatologist that would like to phone in right now? Are you a dermatologist? Hey, do you work at a dermatologist's office? Does your dermatologist, or if you are a dermatologist, do you agree with this, that you only shower 2 to 3 times a week? Hey, what if we go to the shower phones and ask our listeners, how many times a week do you shower? Do we have any listeners that only shower 2 to 3 times a week, which is apparently the dermatological recommendation? Hey, washing hair. Haven't we heard that you should only wash your hair like once a week?
I wash my hair about 3 times a week.
So you do 3 times a week. So that's another thing. They say that we overwash our hair. All right, let's try to go to phones on this.
We can't go to everybody on this. I don't want Bill and Bradenton to call in. Yep, 6 times a week.
Well, hang on a minute. No, I'm not.
There needs to be a...
I'm filtering it, dude. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
So I'd love to hear from dermatologists. If you are a dermatologist and you're listening to the show, or if you're as an assistant or you work in a dermatologist's office, do you agree you only should shower 2 to 3 times a week? Then I'd like to hear from listeners that only shower 2 to 3 times a week or less. All right, let's go. 800-990-1047. Yeah, we got to have a dermatologist listening right now. 800-990-1047. All right. Or if you only shower 2 to 3 times a week. Do you subscribe to this? All right. 800-990-1047. That's how you get in. 800-990-1047.
I wish my my doctor, my dermatologist would call because she solved my eczema problem. I don't have it anymore, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Your dermatologist, while we're waiting for Andrew to screen calls here.
She knows everything. She's got the answer to this question.
All right. So Andrew's screening right now. Be patient. And let me put some of these on hold while Andrew's screening calls. Hang on. All the lines are zipping along here. All right. So your dermatologist solved your eczema problem?
Yes, after years. And my eczema's gone. Feel it, Fester.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Soft.
Roxanne had reptile hands when we first met.
Yeah, I did. I was part reptilian.
How was your eczema cured?
She just got me on the right mix of stuff. I mean, it's not oral. It's just all stuff topical stuff. And she finally found the thing that works.
That means you had a fungus on your skin.
There's a fungus among us.
I've had eczema my whole life. So then I've had fungus my whole life, I suppose.
Yes. You're a big mushroom.
No, I have a little touch of eczema, I think. I don't know. My elbows, if my elbows are kind of like
that's
sandpaper.
just a leathery elbow.
Hey, Samantha's in St. Pete. Hey, Samantha, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Sam.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, Samantha. What's the story?
So my husband says that if you do manual labor, or as he calls it, work that makes the world turn, that it is impossible to shower 2 to 3 times a week, especially in Florida. And I said I disagree.
What?
All right, explain.
I just think you have to be comfortable with being a little dirty.
How old are you?
I am 34.
You're 34. And how old's your husband?
He's 31.
All right. And does he do outside, very hot Florida labor?
He does. He works for a boat company called KO Boatworks. They build skiffs.
Oh, wow. All right. So, and he says that if you do certain jobs, it's impossible not to shower every day. And you disagree because what? You want him to have a little bit of a stank?
I'm just a little more comfortable with not showering every single day.
All right, so, Samantha, what about you? Do you shower only a couple of times a week?
I would say, yeah, I probably do shower like 3 times a week.
Okay, but what kind of work do you do, Samantha?
I'm a content writer.
Okay.
So I do sit at home.
Hold on, you're a what?
A content writer.
Content writer.
Oh, you're what does a content writer
That's
do?
what we do here at work when we do our digital posts.
Yes. Yeah.
So you do clickbait all day long? What do you do?
I write blogs and social posts and anything a company needs me to write.
Oh, wow.
Can you write ours?
Yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah, Roxanne wants to hire you to write the stories for our website.
Yeah, send me a text later, Samantha. I may have an idea. Listen, MJ, but Samantha, you sit inside all day. Imagine if you had a job where you were head to toe covered in sweat, every piece of clothing on you soaked, you're half sunstroked by the end of the day. He's in a completely different situation than you are.
I agree with that. I play tennis some days, and I think I'm a little more comfortable with not showering, maybe.
So I take a walk every night about 6 p.m. I go for a walk with the dogs, sometimes without the dogs. And like last night, I walked a little late last night. I went out at 8:15 and I got back at 9. I did a 2-mile deal, a nice brisker in the neighborhood, and I got back and I was drenched, man. I was sweating like a. Now I didn't take a shower when I got home. You know, I got in the house, the air conditioning hit me, it cooled down, and then of course, first thing in the morning when I woke up today, I took my shower, and Michelle will be like, "That's gross. Don't get in the bed," that kind of thing, but. All right, thanks. Appreciate it, Samantha. Hey, B, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, what's up? Hello, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey. Yeah, this is Bonnie from BMW, remember?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yep. So what's up, Bonnie?
I rarely shower. Well, really, think about it. All you got to do is face, feet, and tail.
All you got to do is what?
Face, feet, and tail.
Face,
feet.
feet, and tail.
What about pits?
Right. A hoe bath.
It's a hoe bath?
A hoe bath
All
or
right.
bird bath. A bird bath is a sweeter way to put it.
Yeah, a bird bath, Bonnie, please. Oh,
Yeah,
a whole bath.
I mean,
That's
it's-
awful.
Very clean. Very clean. Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Good perfume. Face, feet, and tail.
What's the last thing you said?
Face, feet. and
Again,
tail.
again, face, feet, and tail again.
Same name. All right.
Sounds like parts of meat that you wouldn't want to discard.
I got you.
wanna-
You know what? That might be a good name for a body soap. Face, feet, and what is it? Face what?
Face, feet, and tail?
Tail.
Face, feet, and tail.
It's an expression groomers use.
Right.
If you take a dog in for a trim, they do a face, feet, and tail.
All right.
All right. So I think another name for the shower you're talking about, Bonnie, is the pits, bits, and bleeps. Right?
What's the
bleeps?
The T word we can't say.
Well,
do you have to wash those?
I don't know, but
well, maybe the underside.
I don't know. But
And then then you got a whole separate thing for guys,
Yeah.
right? All right.
Nuts and guts.
Yeah, Bonnie, thanks for the call. What is the there's that horse tail and mane and tail and mane? Yeah, they like sell that horse shampoo for people.
Horse hair for people?
No, seriously, it's like tail and mane, and it's like allegedly a horse shampoo that they sell for people, and I've seen it in Walmart. So Bonnie can sell, what is it? Face, feet, and tail.
All right, so I typed in tail and mane.
Look, mane and tail shampoo.
Yeah, I've heard of
This
that.
is on Chewy.com.
It's also at Walmart for people to use. It's not just for animals. Yes, Rox.
What's interesting is the text lines on this subject are blowing up, and people are so at opposite ends. Okay. A group of people are like, that's disgusting. My family in Spain takes 2 to 3 showers a week based on doctors' recommendations. But when they visit us, I force them to shower daily because they smell like onions.
Some Spaniards really do.
Oh, man.
and so you've got people who just think it's absolutely disgusting. And then other people who are like, natural oils, yes, that's all you should be taking is 2 to 3 showers a week. So it's really, really quite split.
Let's go from stinky pits. Let's go from Andrew's like screening more calls here. Do I need to take another call here or am I done? All right, we're done. All right, moving along. Let's go to L.A. right now and this whole Powerball winner and this bizarre incident that happened at the mini mart. This is at the Las Palmitas mini market in downtown Los Angeles. The mini mart that sold the $1.08 billion Powerball ticket is like 2 blocks away from the infamous L.A. Skid Row with all the vagrants and the druggies, and it's right down the street. So I don't. Maybe some guy with a needle hanging out of his arm won the 1.08 billion. You know what the bizarre thing is 1.08, and I had it wrong yesterday. Andrew corrected me, but 1.08. The 0.08 is $80 million.
Yeah.
Screw the billion. I'll take just the 80 million. My God. So one ticket in Los Angeles matched the Powerball drawing on Wednesday night. So we were talking about this, obviously, yesterday morning. And then L.A. time yesterday, this woman goes into the mini mart. This is yesterday morning in L.A. This unidentified woman goes into the Las Palmitas mini market and starts wailing and screaming and claiming that she was the winner. It is bizarre. The whole place, as you can imagine, is crawling with media. Every single L.A. television station's there. You got Channel 5, you got Channel 9, you got Channel 11, you got Channel 7, Channel 4, Channel 2.
We get it, all the channels.
They're all there. You've got KNX News Radio is there. All right, you see all the microphones. This lady walks in and starts screaming that she's the winner.
You are? What's your name? Yes, please. What's your name? I just wanted to talk to him, please.
Hey, wait. Can we talk to you for just a second? Hey, wait a second. Hang on. We gotta
Honey, I can't. I'm scared.
Are you sure?
Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Go.
Yeah, we think this is the person. We think this is the person.
No, please go.
It's mayhem. And the Allstate guy's not even there. So then she has like this meltdown. She's like keeled over. She's like almost like on her knees on the ground. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh, here's another clip. Listen to this. She's like, oh, God bless you. And then if you look at the video, hey, Andrew, can you get the videos up? Get the best one up. All right. We'll have it up at mjmorningshow.com and we'll put it on videos mentioned. Oh, it's already up. Andrew said it's up. Good job, Andrew.
Okay, so why is she going in there if she doesn't want to talk to anybody?
Hang on a minute. Well, is this real or is this like some kind of prank? Is this like, who knows? So other little tidbits have come out and some are reporting that she said that she was the daughter of the winner. We don't know. But then when I played the audio bite of like her walking out and the media's like following her, it was this one right here. Listen to this.
You are? What's your name? What's your name?
I just wanted to talk to him, please.
Hey, wait. Can we talk to you for just a second? Hey, wait a second. Hang on. We gotta
Honey,
talk
I can't. I'm scared.
Are you sure?
Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Get a bodyguard. Go.
Yeah, we think this is the person. We think this is the person.
No, please go.
And then she runs out of the store. The media is running down the sidewalk after her. Then she runs across the street, gets into a dark-colored BMW, and then takes off.
Wow, how weird.
And you hear the reporter, we think this is the one. And he's trying to say, we think this is the winner. I don't know what the hell to think. It is bizarre. And then, by the way, on this clip over here, let me play the second clip. Listen to this. If you look at that one, in front of her to the left, she appears to be talking to a woman, not a media person, but it's like a nun. There's like a nun inside the convenience store where the $1 billion Powerball ticket was won, and she's like seemingly saying, God bless you.
She's yelling, God bless you to the nun.
I'm telling you, it's the weirdest damn thing. And then she runs out of the store, gets into a BMW, like a nice newer BMW, and just drives off.
They've already bought a car?
No, but we have no idea. Was this a prank? So listen to this. The family, you've got the father, then you've got the mother and daughter that run this convenience store. The mother and daughter, they said to the media, oh, yeah, we think that could be like the winner or related to the winner. And then the father, he was interviewed by another channel, and he says, oh, no, I think that's fake.
Really?
Yeah. So hold on a minute. We've got additional audio bites here. Here, listen to this. All right, here's the store owner. So here's this. Listen to this.
I think it's fake. You don't recognize that woman?
No.
And you're here every day. You know your customers.
I know the customer.
So he's like, listen to the very beginning. He says, I think it's fake.
I think it's fake.
Right
You
there.
don't recognize that woman?
No.
And you're here every day. You know your customers.
I know the customer.
All right, so he thinks it's fake. But the daughters, they were like, oh, yeah, we think it's real.
I'm scared right now, you guys. I'm so scared, man. God bless you. Whoever. God bless him. Yes.
I mean, it's just weird. Why would you go into a media frenzy, have like this meltdown, run out of the store? If you won or your mother won, why the hell would you jump in the middle of a media frenzy 24 hours after the win for over $1 billion? Come on. Something I don't know. It's just a weird story. Yes, Andrew.
Isn't it a city full of actors trying to become famous?
I don't know if near Skid Row is necessarily
Yes,
central casting.
Amid the Writers Guild, the WGA strike, and the SAG-AFTRA strike, which, by the way, I think I'm going to walk the picket line. If they're still on strike, I think I'm going to go walk the picket line. I'm going to get a picture of me with a sign walking the picket line because I'm going to be in Manhattan the weekend of August 4th. And listen, I'm a SAG-AFTRA member. I'm a card-carrying SAG-AFTRA. I'll join the picket. I want a T-shirt. I want one of the SAG-AFTRA on strike T-shirts. So, and I'll grab a sign. I'll do some walking. Yeah, I think you got to show your membership card. They'll give you a T-shirt. So you're saying amid the actor strike, they're out of work. So you think an actress could be just going to the convenience store and just acting?
I don't know if this is somebody who is an aspiring actress, somebody who just wants to try to get their 15 minutes of fame.
Man, what have we seen you in already? Where do we know you from?
Oh, by the way, we're not supposed to say actress anymore.
It has to be actor.
They're all just actors. Male, female, you're just an actor. That's it. What were you saying, Fester?
No, I'm just thinking, how do they identify the Oscar category?
Well,
female actor,
male actor? No, that is actor and actress, I believe.
Yeah,
so that's the only time that you're allowed to say actor and actress is with the award shows.
The Oscar for the best actor without a natural wiener goes to...
Well, hang on a minute. What about a them category? Is there going to be a they and them category?
I don't know.
The best them in a supporting role goes to... Right?
Yeah, I mean, okay. But anyway, MJ, listen.
I'm just looking for clarification.
So if she's a relative, let's say mom wins and mom frequents this place and the store owner would have recognized mom. Mom probably calls her kids and then it's out to the world. The kid calls a cousin or her best friend, and the best friend's the one that flips out. So there's a couple of degrees of separation, but still a close relationship with the actual winner. That could be the person who went to the store who is unrecognized by the store owner because she's never been in there before.
Hey, there's an observation that I made. It's kind of funny. I just described that scene in the convenience mart where the Powerball ticket was sold as mayhem. And when I say mayhem, what comes to mind? Anybody? When I say mayhem, what immediately, and I sort of dropped it anyway.
Yeah, the word's been commandeered by a large company.
Right.
Scooby-Doo.
No, Scooby-Doo.
Mayhem and...
Zoinks, Roxanne! What are you talking about? It's not Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo is more mayhem and hijinks.
Capers and hijinks.
Come on.
And mysteries.
The word mayhem. Come on. I even mentioned it. Mayhem. What is, when you think mayhem, what comes to mind?
Us.
That's not terribly wrong either.
All right, Fester, when I say mayhem, what comes to mind?
The word mayhem has been commandeered by Allstate.
Co-opted, whatever you want to say.
The Mr. Mayhem or the Mayhem guy.
It's the Mayhem. That was the dude from Rescue Me.
Yeah.
Remember?
He's done 100 Mayhem commercials.
There must be 100 of those things. So it's like the scenario where things go wrong, and he represents mayhem. His name is Dean Winters. That's the actor. You know what? I think he's missing like some toes.
Yeah, he's had some really serious medical ailments.
I think. Hey, Andrew, can you look that up, please? Give me a full report here in just a second. But I believe he's had some I don't know whether it's diabetes related, but I think he's missing some toes, and he's had some very serious medical. Anyway, I love the mayhem character. I'm not a real fan of insurance companies these days for obvious reasons, but he does the mayhem guy, and I just want to make an observation. I think this might be one of the latest ones. I even pulled the audio. One of the newer mayhem commercials is he's a bear like Cocaine Bear. Yeah. He's a bear that. And we got to talk about something else with cocaine in a minute here. So, man, this is just Segway City today, isn't it? All right. So, one of the latest commercials, the mayhem dude is a bear that gets into your car. Right? Here, listen.
I'm a bear. I'm coming out of hibernation after the best nap of my life. And Papa is hungry.
Gets into the car.
And while you're hitting the trail, I'm hitting your cooler. Oh, cheddar!
Shredding the car.
And your cut rate car insurance might not pay for all of this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me. Roar.
So it's the whole mayhem thing. Now, am I the only one? I love the concept of those Mayhem commercials, but I just wish they'd go a little further. You know, it's like I'm hungrier for even more destruction.
More plot development, more
destruction. More destruction. It's simple. I want more mayhem. I find the commercials entertaining. I like the Allstate Mayhem commercials, but if I were directing or if I were writing and producing, I need like 85% more mayhem in each commercial. That's what I'm saying.
They really go easy. I mean, it's only 30 seconds, but you could really pack some stuff in that.
That car, instead of just the rear door being ripped off, man, that car would have been on fire. It would have exploded. If I were in charge of the Allstate Mayhem commercials, it would just be I think 85% more mayhem per commercial. I find myself wanting more mayhem. That's what I want.
So, do you want to hear about Dean Winter's Mayhem guy's health?
Yeah.
He has neuropathy.
Yeah.
And he can't feel his hands or his feet, but if he steps on something, it just goes through straight pain.
But he's had, look at this.
Right.
A dozen years ago, actor Dean Winters had surgery resulting in several amputations.
Here's the amputation list.
So the mayhem dude, listen, there's been mayhem on his body. Poor guy.
Dude, you want to do a great commercial? Take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Mayhem, I have no toes.
After multiple operations and suffering gangrene, doctors amputated 2 of his toes and half of a thumb. So the mayhem dude is missing pieces. He's got personal mayhem. I feel bad for Dean. I think he's great. But I want more mayhem.
He should do a barefooted wood shop commercial and then show his foot missing 2 toes.
He could be in the new Steel chainsaw commercials.
Yeah.
Steel really works. Look, I'm missing toes. Something like that. All right. So
if you got the wrong kind of insurance.
So I mentioned Cocaine Bear just a couple of minutes ago with that spot. I've had 100 people send me this. Literally 100 people have sent this to me in DMs on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, or email mj@mjmorningshow.com. Folks, I love you to communicate with me. I loved my private personal email. If you've got content, something great, gossip, you have something we got to talk about, you got an inside scoop on something, my private personal email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com, or my Instagram, send me a DM. My DMs are open. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio, and I was hit with a barrage of people sending me the cocaine shark story.
Are you serious?
Roxanne, you don't know about this?
No. I mean, I was going to guess another animal to be silly,
Oh,
but it's a cocaine shark.
What do you think it was going to be?
I thought it was, I don't know, like
Well,
a
cocaine walrus?
Yeah. Follow up to cocaine in the White House or something. I didn't know. Wow.
Well, the irony is that Sharknado was the most ridiculous thing ever
of course.
filmed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there's Cocaine Bear, and now they've merged in real life.
Listen to this. Drug-addled cocaine sharks may be gobbling up bales of narcotics dumped off the Florida coast.
How do they know?
Oh, come on, listen.
Have they found just a wigged out shark?
Now,
when the sharks went to do drug testing, they peed in the cup and they were like, oh boy.
They didn't get the job. They came back positive.
I don't see sharks swimming around with little rolled up $100 bills or anything.
I swear, I just had a poppy seed bagel.
Yeah,
I swear. Chomp, chomp. All right. So, listen, let me tell you the source on this. But everyone is kind of picking up on this. The story comes from thesun.com. All right. So, you got a lot of the British tabloids that are getting into the U.S. business. The Daily Mail, for instance.
Right.
The Daily Mail tabloid, they made a footprint in the United States, 15 years ago. So, the Daily Mail has become they have a U.S. component, a U.S. website, the Daily Mail, but it's the British tabloid. Same thing with The Sun. The Sun is a huge London tabloid, and they have a big U.S. presence now with their online media. So their website had the story yesterday, drug-addled cocaine sharks may be gobbling up bales of narcotics dumped off Florida coast. Experts have suspected that sharks off the coast of Florida are coming into contact with large amounts of cocaine that's getting dumped into the ocean. Hauls of cocaine are said to be dropped in the ocean either to let smugglers collect them or as an attempt to for criminals to escape law enforcement. Listen, we've seen the cocaine, the fast boats. We've seen the cocaine subs. You know, we've seen the U.S. Coast Guard, and thank you to all the coasties out there. Thanks, U.S. Coast Guard, for all you do. We see the interdictions that occur. And now, come on, is this a real story that cocaine shark? Large batches of the narcotic have been known to wash up on Florida beaches. According to Live Science marine biologist Tom Hurd, a.k.a. Blowfish. This guy's got a nickname. You're not Coco the monkey. You're Blowfish. All right. So he wanted to see whether sharks off the coast of Florida were consuming the substance. He made a documentary for Discovery Shark Week called Cocaine Sharks. Is this running during Shark Week?
I mean, Shark Week needs to fill up so much programming. I'll watch it.
UF environmental scientist Tracy Fanera also, I guess, reports that sharks consume drugs. She also took part of the study. During the dive, they spotted a hammerhead shark and a sandbar shark that appeared to be behaving oddly. Wait a second.
Odd.
How do you see sharks behaving oddly and then assume they must have eaten a bale of cocaine?
I really do need details on this odd behavior. What does that include?
The experts concluded an experiment in which, the experts conducted an experiment which they dropped packages that looked like bales of cocaine in the area, and they observed the sharks swimming straight for the packages.
The sharks were very paranoid and talking very fast, and we knew something was up.
And then one of the sharks said, "Say hello to my little friend."
This is ridiculous.
It does seem like a ridiculous story.
But at the same time, it's completely plausible.
I don't know. A ball of concentrated fish powder is also given to the sharks as a way to ethically observe how the sharks might react to cocaine. Hurd reportedly says in the documentary, "We gave them what I think is the next best thing. It set their brains aflame. It was crazy. It's important to note that scientists don't know for sure whether the sharks are consuming cocaine." Come on. They also don't know if the true effects of the substance on sharks and what would occur.
So this is just a story about the hypothesis that sharks are eating bales of cocaine. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
There's no evidence.
That's it. That's what they're assuming. Now, they did interview one of the sharks, and the shark said,
"Crack is whack."
Yeah, so that happened, and that's going to be included in the Discovery documentary, apparently.
You know, this is a fun fact about sharks. Sharks can smell one drop of blood, one little drop of blood in 100 million drops of water. And now, after there's cocaine sharks, I'm sure they can smell 1 grain of cocaine in,
Can you
kilo of it.
Can you quantify how much 100 million drops of water is? Was it like 10 gallons?
Let me give you another fact.
Convert it.
Let me give you another fact. There are tons of meth land sharks in Polk County. Looking for their next meth score.
Yep.
So, the story's all over the place. What do we say about cocaine sharks? I think this is a bit of a manufactured story. But they did research. All right, I have a request, ladies and gentlemen. What time is it? 8:32. Yeah, plenty of time. Rolling up on 8:33. Don't forget, we're minutes away. So 9 o'clock is right around the corner. Between 9 and 9:20, I'm going to reveal the next MJ Cash Stash song of the day. So listen up between 9 and 9:20. We'll give you the new song title. You listen for that song to be played anytime between when I reveal the title and 6 p.m. Guaranteed before 6 p.m. during the workday. When we play the song that I give you the title of, be the 7th caller and win $1,000 today. It's local only. It's only a local Tampa Bay Q105 contest. It's not a national contest. You're only playing against folks listening on Q105. So good luck. Totally local. You could be the next $1,000 winner. By request, I had an outpouring of email and folks contacting me on my DMs about Mumbleman. people loved Mumbleman. Now, this is an old bit from years ago. Did it during the MJ and BJ show. I think we might have done it early in the MJ show after BJ left. And the reason why I dug out Mumbleman earlier this week is we had a story that women find guys that mumble attractive. Like, what? Women like mumbling guys? Roxanne, were you ever attracted to mumbling guys?
Not that I know of, but I was trying to think of mumbling guys, and like Sylvester Stallone would be a mumbling guy. We see him as actors. A lot of people say Post Malone. He sounds a little mumbly in some of his lyrics. Some singers do.
Well, I did a bit called Mumbleman where we would call places. What was the first one? I tried to book airline tickets
to Washington.
So I did Mumbleman trying to book airline tickets by calling one of the airlines. I dug up another Mumbleman call. Here I'm calling a car rental agency trying to rent a car as Mumbleman. Listen.
Thank you for calling Rent-A-Car. For a new reservation, press 1 now.
Don't did a die bleed? You know?
Hello.
Yeah, I want to did a guy.
Do you need to speak to somebody who speaks your language?
No.
Hello.
Yeah, I want to did a guy.
In what city?
In Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm sorry, where?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Sir, why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling. I'm just trying to did a guy.
Did you want the Charlotte airport?
Yeah, pick up at the airport and fly.
And pick up at what time?
Yeah, by that night.
I'm sorry, sir. What day do you want it?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow?
Hello.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
The 23rd of April?
Yeah, get a big up tomorrow.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, gonna pick it up tomorrow.
At what time?
Yeah, 10 a.m.
I'm sorry?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.?
Yep, 10 a.m. What kind of dot you got there? I don't need that big guy there.
Would you like to call them directly, sir?
No, I want to make a reservation now because a lot of time I call up and they don't have the car ready for me, so I want to make the reservation now.
What time tomorrow are you picking up?
10 a.m.
When are you returning it?
Yeah, maybe Saturday I do.
I'm sorry?
Saturday?
Saturday at what time?
I do it like.
I'm sorry?
Do it like.
2 o'clock on Saturday?
Yep, Saturday do it like.
Are you flying in or local?
No, I'm flying in on the airplane.
On what airline?
Yeah, do it airway.
What?
Do it airway. You did airway. You it airway.
I heard you.
Yep.
What size car do you want?
The big guy you got.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, the bigger dog you got.
Okay, you're going to have to speak slower. Which one?
The bigger dog you got. Bigger there. The Cadillac or the ding down dog? Yep, ditto.
Hello?
Yeah, the Cadillac or the dinking down car. You got the dinking?
Yes, sir. What nationality are you?
Yeah, why that matter?
I was just curious. I haven't ever heard your language before, so it's very different.
I'm Cajun.
That's it.
What? Cajun?
The 2-day rate, sir, is $123.98.
Yep.
And it's 300 miles free, and 25 cents a mile after that. That's on the luxury car like the Continental.
Yeah, that's the Lincoln Down car?
Yes.
Lincoln Down, right?
It's like a Lincoln Town car.
That's what I'm on. Okay, I'll take that.
What is your credit card number?
Yep. Dick back do. Then Devin. Nan did do that.
Sir.
What? Yeah.
I cannot understand a word you're saying. What credit card is it?
It's Adidas.
A Visa?
Yeah, Adidas.
You're going to have to speak slower.
All right, boy. Do.
What is it?
Boy, do.
42.
Dead die.
69.
Dead 0.
What is it?
What? Dead 0.
Wait, sir. What's after the 69?
Oh, do 0.
0260?
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
Dick, just dive.
What?
Dick, Devin, dive.
6789?
No, dive.
67 what?
85.
Oh, 6785.
Yeah.
And then what?
You know what, Weedy? I tell you what, didn't forget my car. I'm going to go take a taxi. Goodbye. It's Mumbleman, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Cadillac and Lincoln Town Car? That's both of my cars.
Yeah. So, wait, that's old. That's an old call.
Yeah.
300 miles and then 25. Now it's typically unlimited
miles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody has a Lincoln Town Car anymore.
How about that? Oh, by the way, we're getting word. They do the other and they don't know. I said we got breaking news here on the MJ Morning Show.
Oh, I thought you said this is something people want to know. Okay.
Well, I think maybe they do. Tony Bennett just died.
Aw.
Yeah, the crooner.
How old was he?
96. So young. Tony Bennett, legendary pop, jazz, big band musician. Tony Bennett, dead at 96. Listen, remember, he did all that stuff with Lady Gaga.
So he's had a very recent resurgence in popularity.
Yeah.
He did a lot of duets.
I think he was doing shows up until maybe last night. Publicist Sylvia Weiner confirmed Bennett's death to the Associated Press, saying he passed away in New York. Cause of death not yet announced. How about 96?
That's cause of death enough.
96. Listen, talented guy, amazing dude. Born into a poor family of Italian immigrants in Astoria in Queens in 1926.
What's his?
I like For Once in My Life. That was a Tony Bennett song.
One of my favorites was Me So Horny. Did you ever hear that one?
Yeah.
You ever hear the Tony Bennett version of Me So Horny?
Yeah. We started sitting at home watching Arsenio Hall. Yeah.
He classed it
Me
up.
So Horny. He was like, oh, Me So Horny. It was...
Yeah.
Anyway,
that compilation with Uncle Luke really was great.
Tony Bennett gone at 96. Hell of a life, dude. Hell of a life. Tony Bennett, rest in peace, as the news breaks here on the MJ Morning Show this morning. I'm going to tell you right now, I want no part of this. Did you see that Amazon and Whole Foods, they're going to roll out pay with your palm print?
No, I want no part as well.
By the way, you still have that annoying piece of glitter on your face.
You call it annoying, and I call it attractive.
Yeah, she's self-bedazzled.
Yeah, I don't know if people can see it on MJ TV. I don't know if it's sparkling, but it catches the light.
What is it, blinding you? Why is it so annoying?
You know, it's almost like you're on the ground shining a laser to my cockpit over here.
It's like you have a really gaudy zit.
So, listen, I want no part of this. That Amazon announced yesterday that they're rolling out its pay by palm service at Whole Foods across the country. So you go to check out at Whole Foods and you just put your palm on the reader device.
Everybody's palm is different.
Yeah, and then the cash register is going to say to you, oh, nice lifeline.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, oh, look.
Looks like you're going to have 4 children.
Yeah, I'm not into all that hocus pocus crap, but I'm guessing that Roxanne probably is.
No, I'm not into palm reading.
Oh, yes, you are. Are you into Palm River?
Yes, definitely into Palm River.
You want to hang out? You want to buy a house over on Rideout?
I'm into palm trees.
Hey, I can show you a nice home on Rideout, and if you want. All right, so, seriously, I don't want to I don't want a Whole Foods having my palm print on file.
And then it's linked to your credit card, so you just zip. Have you never given a palm scan? I'm trying to think where it was. There was a medical facility that you have to show an ID to get into, and then they took a scan of your palm.
I've had that happen.
Where? I've never had that happen. I think I've been to airports around the world where they want your fingerprint, but I mean, listen, you're at Customs and Immigration at some foreign airport, and they're like, put your finger on the device, and they want your fingerprint. So what if I break into a jewelry store and bust into a safe while I'm in Paris? They've got my fingerprint on file. Hey, listen, I'm going to wear gloves, all right?
Or worse yet, what if someone chops your hand off and goes around committing crimes with your palm?
Ha-ha.
Oh, you know what? I'll cut my neighbor's hand off, and I'll go on a shopping spree at Whole Foods up in Midtown, and they just take my neighbor's hand and just put it. I'll take the hand out of my pocket, my neighbor's hand, and I'll put it on the reader. I don't have to pay for anything. It's going right on my neighbor's credit card. Yeah, I want no part of this. I'm telling you right now.
It's bake hair, Fester. One of the texters said it, and I remember that too. Could we have just said, I think I fell for it.
I'm not giving bake hair my palm print.
I think you're
what if you say no? I'm not giving you my palm print.
I'm mad now that I gave it to him because I wish I would have just said no, not today.
There's some guy in a dark room looking at your palm right now,
You know what?
Roxanne.
Hold on to this thought. I want. Let me take a quick break so we're not late. But I want to pick up on this whole palm print thing when we come back after the break. I want to know how many of our listeners would let Jeff Bezos and Amazon and Whole Foods have your palm print so you can just slap your palm down. What? It takes too much effort to take your credit card out of your wallet and just lay the chip on top of the device? What's the difference between that and just taking out your credit card? All right, hold on. We'll pick up with this in a minute. Also, Wacky Jackie's coming in. I saw a story about a UPS employee stealing all kinds of merchandise, like going through the system, stealing packages, identifying certain things. Oh, yeah, I'm taking that. Well, that reminded me of something that was occurring in our old radio station years ago involving package theft. And you got to hear this story. Also, Wacky Jackie's going to join us. She's going to volunteer at the Animal Wildlife Center that had the horrible fire at Johns Pass. That's on the way in just a bit. All right, folks, stand by. We clearly have a lot coming up. And also, $1,000 could be yours. $1,000 in the MJ Cash Stash. And that happens in just a few minutes because I'm going to give you the new song title to listen for, and then it'll play sometime today. So between 9 and 9:20, the new title. What song you need to listen for to win $1,000 today with the Cash Stash. So it's all on the way momentarily. Hey, there is a new name for Kemp Rouge and Green. Tony Bennett reference. Anyway, rest in peace, Tony Bennett, dead at the age of 96. News broke just a little while ago. Hey, MJ Morning Show with Fester and Roxanne this morning. There is no Froggy. Froggy decided, hey, I'm going to call in sick and take a 3-day weekend. So, hey, what the hell? And I want to pick up at the palm prints here for just a second because I wanted to stay on time. I wanted to take the break and not go too late. But I want to pick up with, if you're just tuning in, I'll fill you in. If you were listening, you know what I'm talking about. The story came out yesterday that Amazon and Whole Foods, of course, Amazon owns Whole Foods, and they're rolling out pay by palm print, where you take your palm and just put it on this palm reader at the checkout counter at Whole Foods, and you pay that way. I'm not doing that. I don't want them to have my palm. My palm print, my fingerprint. No, that's, I'm sorry. It's that much more effort just to, hold on a sec, let me take my palm print and put it down on the machine, or I just whip out my wallet and I whip out my credit card. What, really?
I don't know.
Come on.
I mean, with Apple Pay, I hardly even pull out credit cards anymore. I go to the supermarket, just touch my phone to the reader, and it's done.
That's another thing. So I can do the Google Pay that way. I choose not to because, I'm always afraid you walk by something and, I'm walking out and I'm walking by the register at Walmart and I pay for somebody's, crap.
It takes a physical action.
I know,
you have to press a button or something.
I know, and you got to touch. But anyway, I want to go to phones on this. Let me grab a couple of phone calls. Is there any way in hell that you would allow Whole Foods to have your whole palm print? All right, 800-990-1047. Are you a yes or a hell no? A hard no on this thing. Amazon, Whole Foods rolling out their Palm Pay. Yeah, palm recognition service called Amazon One. I'll give you more deets in a second. Here's the phone number. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
I mean, you still have to check everything out and go through the register line.
Yeah. So to pay, instead of pulling out your credit or debit card, and you can just touch these cards to the device these days, just like you would touch your phone or put your palm on. Would you be interested in allowing Amazon Whole Foods to have your palm print on file, where you're checking out just with your palm print? Do you want to put your palm print down on this device? Are you a yes or are you a no? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I'm just curious. Would you do it? All right, around the room first. Obviously, I'm a hard no on this. I'm not letting Amazon. And I'll tell you right now, I don't hit Whole Foods that much.
It's regardless where it is. I mean, this technology eventually is going to be in Publix. Is eventually going to be at the Circle K.
You know where? And by the way, heads up, attention, Publix yogurt buyer. So attention, yogurt buyer for Publix in Lakeland.
Yes, I'm chief yogurt buyer for Publix.
I buy my yogurt not at Publix.
Oh, we got to get the big MJ account. Yes.
I also don't buy my yogurt at Winn-Dixie.
Let me call my friends at Winn-Dixie and alert them of the breaking news I've just heard.
I buy my yogurt either at Sprouts or at Whole Foods. Why? Because they carry Brown Cow. I love Brown Cow, and it's phenomenal. And my favorite is the cherry vanilla variety. Brown Cow cherry vanilla kicks butt.
Hold on, let me write this down. MJ Brown Cow cherry vanilla.
So, hey, Publix, get Brown Cow. Hello.
Somebody call George.
Attention, Publix Lakeland. All headquarters employees. Why are you not carrying Brown Cow yogurts? They are the best. I love them.
Mr. Jenkins, MJ's on to us, not carrying Brown Cow.
I bought 28 of them at Whole Foods the other day.
Great. What's the expiration date on these things?
July 15th. No. No, I'm kidding.
Of course it is.
No.
Eat it up.
It's like August 4th or something.
You better get going.
No, some were July 30th, and some were like August 4th. I always check the expiration dates.
You better get hoofing on them.
But I'm telling you right now, Brown Cow yogurt is the best. Love it. All right, let's go to phones.
You didn't even go around the room.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Roxanne.
So I'm a no. Fester, where are you?
I prefer retina scans, so no.
No palm for me.
Yeah.
Unless they can give me a palm reading, which, by the way, I have very wrinkly palms. It's not a sign of age. You're born this way. The lines on your palm form when you're 3 months in the womb, by the way. So if they can
Where do you come up with this stuff?
So the lines on your palm form in the womb, but the rest of the wrinkles are age.
How about the hair on
that
Fester's?
would be on the other side of my hand.
How about the hair on Fester's palms?
Yeah, what do you think?
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah,
where'd that come from?
I think the
all right, let's go to
overusage. No, I'm a hard no.
So we're all no. None of us are giving our palm prints to
Jackie.
Jackie feels left out. She's
in the room.
All right, Jackie's next segment.
Well, I was going to bring Jackie in the next segment.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
But since you're here, Jackie.
So Jackie, would you give your palm print to Whole Foods?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank
All right,
you.
let's go to phones. Thanks for holding, folks. When a line opens up, 800-990-1047. Simple question. Would you give your palm print to Whole Foods and allow the palm scan for you to pay and check out? Mike is up first in Tampa. Mike, are you a yes or a no?
I'm a hell no.
Yeah.
We just went through a pandemic. And what's the easiest way to catch a cold during the winter is to touch the doorknob of the guy who, that you just opened that 4,000 other people just.
You know what? It's a very good point. Excellent point.
Shut up, both of you. Everybody uses shopping carts again. Nobody's disinfecting every gas nozzle. Nobody's the touch keypad.
Guess what?
What?
I have my hospital wipes in the car. I wipe the gas nozzles. So I don't grab I wipe the gas nozzle before I touch that thing,
Look, man.
which is a germ factory. When I go into the supermarket, they always have, and it pisses me off when they're out, but I use the free disinfectant wipes to clean the handles on the shopping carts. You know, I'm also very conscious about not touching my mouth, my nostrils, my eyes. So, hey, Mike, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Nancy's in Tampa. Nancy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Nancy, are you in or out on Whole Foods having your palm print for checkout?
Definitely out.
Not a chance, right?
Not a chance.
Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate it. Kathy's in Newport Richie. Kathy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi.
Kathy, would you let Whole Foods have your palm print for checkout?
Hell no.
Do we have any yeses? Is there any way to get a yes here? See, I'm a no as well. All right, that opens up a line. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Would you allow Whole Foods to have your palm print on file so you can just put your palm on the checkout device as the payment method? Betty's in Parrish. Betty, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Betty.
Hi.
Betty, would you allow Jeff Bezos and Whole Foods to have your palm print?
That would be a hell no.
Man, we're getting a lot of hell no's here, aren't we?
Amen to that.
All right, so, Betty, what creeps you out about this?
Well, it's crazy. I mean, they have your whole handprint.
Yeah.
They know as much as they need to know already.
Yeah, and listen, if I decide to break into Whole Foods at 4 a.m, and let's say I want to steal some very high-priced items, and I don't wear gloves, they're going to have my palm print on file. It's much easier to bust me. Betty, thanks for the call. Let me grab, is it Wandy? I'm guessing it's Wendy. It can't be Wandy.
We'll find out.
All right, are you Wandy or Wendy?
Wanda.
Oh, you're Wanda.
Oh, well, we got it wrong twice.
All right. So, Wanda, you're on the MJ Morning Show in Newport Richie. Hi.
Hi, how you guys doing?
We are well. So, Wanda, would you allow Whole Foods to have your palm print?
Not for $1 billion.
Hold on.
There is no way. No way whatsoever. You give me $1 billion and I tell you to go to hell.
So hold on. Jeff Bezos says
People are getting verbally violent on this.
All right, Wanda.
No, but if you're giving all that information, you might as well give your firstborn. Seriously, they're going to know everything.
It's the same as a fingerprint. It's just a scan for you to pay.
If you're a guy, Wanda is saying this is the equivalent of allowing Jeff Bezos to grab your undercarriage and tell you to turn and cough.
Dude, for $1 billion, Mr. Bezos can have me.
any way he wants.
Oh, God.
Okay? I mean, listen to Wanda. Offer me $1 billion or you can't have my palm print. Offer me $1 billion. You can have anything you want, Jeffy.
Wanda, thanks for the call. Jack in Sarasota. Hello, Jack. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
How's it going, guys? Yeah, I would let him do it.
Wow, first call. First call to allow Whole Foods to have your palm print. Why, Jack?
Because everyone's already doing it. We're all connected. We're all linked through our debit cards and our credit cards. They can see everything we're buying. They can see everything. That's why they ask for your phone number at the grocery stores.
You know, I'll tell you what I would do. When they get the checkout system where you just spit on the cash register, and it's like, it's DNA detection. I'll do.
How about a butt probe? Will you do it then?
All paid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think the bananas rang up right.
DNA spit checkout. You just spit on the keypad.
Jack, would you do that, Jack? Would you do the DNA spit test?
Hey, I'll spit on anything of Jeff Bezos.
All right, easy now.
Spit on it.
Easy, Jack.
Hi, Jack. So, Jack, are you a Jeff Bezos fan?
No, I'm not. I'm a Mark Zuckerberg guy.
There you go. Thanks, man. Thanks, Jack. Bye, Jack. Not hi, Jack, but bye, Jack. Jay's in Tampa. Jay, are you in on the Whole Foods palm print checkout? Yes or no?
I mean, I already have your information anyway. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Plus, you have to use your fingerprint.
But you're giving them biometric information. What were you just about to say? Use your fingerprint for what?
Just to get into the gates at Disney, you have to give a fingerprint.
See, I have not been to Disney since that occurred. It's been a long time since I've been to Disney.
You scan your card and you put your thumbprint down or your fingerprint down. Yeah.
Oh, so Disney has all these fingerprints as well?
Yes, unless Goofy gives you the rectal exam. Oh, hello, everybody.
Yeah, he's three knuckles in.
Oh.
All right, thanks.
Yep, you're who you say you are. Yep, go ahead.
Jay, thank you.
Have a good
Oh, so Jay, you said yes?
I probably would. I mean, I don't know. I get the germ factor, but I would clean my hands.
All right. Thanks, Jay. Have a great... Hey, is your turn signal on?
It is on, yeah.
I hear it. Are you going left or right?
I'm going left.
All right. Where are you located right now?
I am in front of Pebble Creek Animal Hospital. I work there.
Well, have a fantastic day, Jay.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. No, I heard the little clunkety-clunk of the turn signal.
Everybody knows what that sound is.
Yeah. Rich, hey, Andrew, no more calls. I'm going to finish up the whole board here. So Travis, Rich, Gabby, Yvette, David, I'll grab you. Yes or no, Rich, on the palm print at the Whole Foods for checkout?
Absolutely not. It's a prelude for the mark of the beast mentioned in the book of Revelation.
I was waiting for somebody to go there.
Yeah, this is all 666 up good right here. I'm telling you right now.
Yes.
Hello, it's Jeff Bezos.
I tell you, Bezos.
Give me your palm print.
All right.
I'm Jeff Bezos. I'm sorry, Rich. Go ahead.
Be able to buy or sell anything in the current in that particular upcoming one world government.
Rich, have you given any thought to how similar Jeff Bezos sounds to Beelzebub?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, Bezos, Beelzebub, all the letters.
Hey, Rich, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Gabby is in Seminole. Gabby, you in and out, or in or out on the palm print?
I'm saying absolutely.
Gabby,
all the people saying hell no are the exact ones that have the Alexas in their house, and they're being watched when they sleep. So,
you know,
can they really be that against somebody putting their hand on the swiper when they put their hand on everything?
Hey, Gabby, guess what I don't have in my house? I don't have Alexa. I don't have Google.
Do you have an iPhone?
I do not.
You have an Android.
I don't have iPhone. I have an Android. I've got a Pixel 6 Pro.
You got a beeper, you're found.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Unless you have a beeper, they already know everything they need to know about you.
All right,
You're
Gabby.
just holding up the line with your coins.
You're holding up the line, counting out your pennies.
No, hey, Gabby, I dropped.
I'll tell you. Wait, I've got exact change.
Oh, Gabby, I have my credit card. I just drop it. I touch it to the thing, and it goes bloop,
You dropped it on the floor. Now you're picking it up. You can't find
Gabby's giving me the business over here.
Yeah, we're trying to go. We're trying to eat our brown cow yogurt before the expiration.
What are you going to call me Boomer next? All right, I'm a Gen Xer. Hey, Gabby, how old are you by the way?
I'm 31.
All right.
Well, thank you for listening.
No, I really no. Because let me tell you why I asked that. It seems like the younger listeners will give the palm print quicker than the older listeners.
Yeah, I would definitely say that that's a trend.
Yeah,
That's a pattern, I should say.
86-year-old Rich thought it was the sign of the beast.
I tell you what, Tony Bennett was just about to give his palm print to Jeff Bezos.
He was.
Yeah.
He already has it.
Yeah. Gabby, thanks for. Do you listen to us every day, Gabby?
I do not. Actually, this is my first time listening.
Whoa. Hold on. Gabby, you got to start listening to us every day.
I will. I'll be more inclined now.
Hey, Gabby, were you born in the Tampa Bay area?
I was, no, I was born way down South Florida.
All right, so how long have you been in the Tampa Bay area?
A pretty long time.
Like how long?
Like maybe my whole life.
All right, so do you remember the MJ Morning Show when we were on FLZ?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so you know we're the same thing, right?
Okay, well now I do.
Yeah, so we're the same MJ Morning Show. MJ, Froggy, Fester, now also with Roxanne. We're the same. Okay. We're the same old FLZ morning show. We're just now on Q105. So do me a favor.
I used my mom's car, and she had you on the radio.
Well,
so.
when you get it, listen, you got to listen to us now. When you get into your car or use your smartphone, we're on all of the streaming services, Q105 Tampa Bay, and you can listen to the MJ Morning Show. So make sure this is not your last time, okay?
Will do.
All right, thanks, Gabby. Look at that.
I love that Gabby just got in the car and was like, I'm calling in on this discussion.
Yeah. Oh, I got to give out the $1,000 song in just a second here. First, though, 3 more calls. Travis in Parrish. Travis, man, Parrish is being represented well today. Travis, MJ Morning Show, you in and out or on the Palm deal?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi.
I don't see a problem with it. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it just because I'm like you, MJ. I'm a big-time germaphobe.
Yep.
So, I mean, I can't see putting my palm on, like, after 1,000 other people. But I think it's a pretty cool idea. I mean, I don't see what Whole Foods is going to do with my information, my palm print. If you think about it, I don't know if you've been to like Universal Islands of Adventure, but you have to put your, we're pass holders. So we're about to go this weekend for my daughter's birthday, and you have to put your fingerprint on the thing. So.
Yeah, they brought up Disney. That Disney does the same thing. But what happens with all this AI creepiness? What happens if places have your fingerprints, your palm prints on file, and they can have a computer or a machine suddenly leave your fingerprints or palm prints somewhere? How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Think about that. Think about like Minority Report kind of crap. Hey, Travis, thanks for the call. All right, 2 more. Yvette in Columbus, Georgia. Yvette, yes or no?
I'm a definite no, but I'm a school principal in Georgia, and that's how children pay for their lunches. They scan their hand. So that could be why this younger generation thinks it's okay.
Oh, wow. They're indoctrinated.
It's completely normal.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, think about kindergartners and germs.
Now, so are you a elementary school principal?
Yeah.
So you're like K through 5 or 6 or what?
Pre-K 5.
Pre-K 5. What do the kids think about Jeffrey Epstein? No, I'm kidding. Joe. Hey, Yvette, have a great weekend, all right?
Yeah.
You too.
Call back anytime, Yvette.
Yeah, look at that. A principal calling from Columbus, Georgia. It's fantastic.
And you asked her about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
Great.
Last call. David in Lakeland. David, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. Listen, whether you like it or not, that's the way of the future,
Is this Mumbleman? Hello, David. Hi.
You're sexy with your mumbles.
Yeah, I love it. All right, David, yes or no?
Well, yes, because like I said, this is the future. Everything is like, when you go to Circle K, you got to pay yourself. And then if you go to the tollway, you got to have that card and everything. Everything is in the future, whether we like it or not. I mean, that's the way everything is going.
All right, man. Thank you, but it's a Mumbleman Boomhauer mix-up there, right?
Call back anytime.
I love David.
Yeah,
I love David in Lakeland. Call us back. All right, we got to talk to Wacky Jackie in a second. First, though, let me give you the $1,000 cash stash song of the day. The song that you are listening for is the final song in The Sopranos. The final song in The Sopranos was Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Don't Stop Believing by Journey. That is the $1,000 MJ Cash Stash song of the day. Believing. That song will play sometime before 6 o'clock today during the workday, guaranteed. When you hear Journey's Don't Stop Believing, be caller 7-800-990-1047 and win $1,000 from the MJ Morning Show and Q105.
If this were The Sopranos, the song would have ended after the first Don't Stop.
Yeah, it'd be like, Don't Stop. Place in Jersey. Great place. We've been there. Holston's. You can even sit in the booth where they shot the scene where The Sopranos. They don't have the jukeboxes in the place.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I was there for the episode. Hey, Wacky Jackie joins us, and I think this is a very sweet story.
Good morning.
Wacky Jackie, so you're volunteering. You've signed up to volunteer at the Alligator Wildlife Discovery Center.
I did.
And this is the place that had the fire at Johns Pass.
Yes.
They lost a number of animals.
They did, yes.
And you decided after the story to volunteer.
I did. I saw that story. I'd been there once before. I had an amazing experience meeting one of their lemurs, Wicket. And the day that I heard the news story about that, I was here, and I didn't stop crying for 3 hours. It's such a neat place, such a beautiful place, and the people there were so nice, and it was just the coolest thing. And I mean, I can't even imagine how all the beautiful people that work there feel because, just the limited amount of time that I'd been in there, I was crushed.
Yeah, let me call up Sunny. She's waiting for a call, right?
Yes, she is.
All right, calling up Sunny Flynn from the Alligator and Wildlife Discovery Center where they had the fire. Good morning, Sunny.
Good morning.
Hey, Sonny, it's MJ and the crew here, MJ Morning Show on Q105. How are you?
I am okay for what happened. So
Yeah.
one day at a time, right?
Yeah, Sonny, is there any way to pick up the phone? The hands-free's a little distant.
Yeah. I'll pull over.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just want to get you as clear as possible. So Sonny Flynn is one of the principals at the Alligator and Wildlife Discovery Center. Sonny, do we know what caused the fire yet?
So it's still under investigation. So it's still undetermined. They're thinking electrical. But like I said, I'm not that investigator. So until
of course, the fire occurred at the Wildlife Discovery Center. This is right at Johns Pass. The damage extensive. I know this is tough, Sonny. What was the total count on the animals that lost their life?
So including the fish and the aquatic life, it was just under 100.
Oh, geez.
We saved 130.
So, oh wow. So of the mammals or of the non-fish, how many died?
18 snakes. 3 hedgehogs, 4 rats, 2 skunks, 4 birds, 3 chinchillas, 7 micro squirrels, a Prevost squirrel.
I mean, I hear the pain in your voice. It's awful.
So tragic.
I felt so bad. So you saved 130 animals just under, and then the fish. So the fish in tanks didn't make it. Was that fire? That's not smoke.
It wasn't fire. No, it. So I work closely with the Madeira Beach Fire Department. They do walkthroughs with me every year to make sure that they know what animals to get out first if there was a fire.
Wow.
They also know not to use a suppressant, so they use water.
Right.
Water contaminant.
But did the smoke and lack of air, did that kill the fish?
No, it was water contamination.
Because of saltwater tanks, right?
It's a saltwater tank. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then the fresh water getting into the salt water, that killed the fish.
Right.
Oh boy.
And then the CO2 levels with freshwater fish were high, so it wasn't fire. So my stingrays, I had 2 stingrays and a shark and a zebra moray eel. He was my first rescue as a fish, like sea life.
So sorry.
So
Sonny.
what can we do for you? You're looking for donations, a GoFundMe. What's going on?
So one, I'm looking for donations, supplies, because I want to bring my babies home, at least temporarily, to the new agricultural education center that I've been building. So we're gonna.
Where's that located?
That's in Clearwater.
Okay.
That's where I'll be going tomorrow.
150th.
In Clearwater. How do people get a hold of you? How do people make a donation?
So they can visit our website, johnspassrescue.com.
johnspassrescue.com, and make any donation helps, right?
Right. Anything. If they can't, my team needs support. So kind words. They're all hurting. Every single one of them.
I know. I can't imagine. You do a great thing. You're rescuing these animals, and then you have an unforeseen tragedy like a fire breakout, and I can't even imagine. Sonny, thanks for the work you do for these animals. I'm so sorry. And our listeners, if you can help out, go to johnspassrescue.com, johnspassrescue.com. And Wacky Jackie here from our radio station is going to be a great help and volunteer for you guys.
That's awesome.
Yes, thank you so much. And you had a list on your Facebook of, was it lumber and things?
Yep, that was our start list of
so
what we need to get
I've got
started.
that,
So,
and
yeah.
we're going to post that and everything. So I hope to meet you this weekend.
Thanks, Sonny.
Yeah, we're going to thank you, Sonny. We're going to put this list up on our website too. All the information, how to donate, the new facility, the supplies needed. So you can find that on mjmorningshow.com.
All right, Sonny, have a nice weekend. And again, we're so sorry.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You just hear the pain in her voice. Just, all right. 9:25, let's kind of uplift things a little bit when we get back. 9:25, it's the MJ Morning Show. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next. Hey, so I saw a story about a guy that was busted for pilfering from his UPS job.
Right.
And memories came flooding back. There was kind of a racket going on at our old radio station. Ooh, I got a story. Oh, yeah. Fester, I don't know if you know about this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think I've ever told this story. I'm about to tell a story. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, let me give you... It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show for this Friday. And also, it's the final $1,000 payout of the week. But don't fret, don't fear, because after somebody wins the $1,000 later today, we start again next week. So the MJ Cash Dash, it rolls all over again starting Monday. And it's been a great week. We've had 4 winners so far, and hopefully you'll be the 5th winner this week. It'll be 10th overall. And at that point, it's $10,000. So last week and this week, we've given away $10,000, another $5,000 next week, week after. Keep listening. The MJ Cash Dash is on Q105. And remember, you got to listen between 9 and 9:20. Monday through Friday, I'll give you the Cash Dash song, and then you listen for the song to play, be caller 7, and win the money. Simple as that. So earlier today, I said, now that's a spicy meatball. Curious, Roxanne, as to what the hell I'm talking about?
I mean, you are a cooker of Italian food. You're very snooty patooty when it comes to your pasta. So
listen to this. A woman is suing a San Jose, California area restaurant and the employees for negligence, emotional distress, claiming that one of the eatery's mega spicy dishes was unfit for human consumption and left her with a whole bunch of health issues that lingered for 2 years after she ate a spicy meatball.
2 years? What?
Yeah. That's one spicy meatball.
It was, I don't know if it was a meatball, but I just had to say it was spicy Thai food. All right.
You know, I've been to some of these places. I've been to a couple of wing joints. They have all these different sauces. And then they have ones that are like atomic, nuclear, near death. And people order them.
All right. Now,
yeah, I did a contest one time. Just my former ex, now deceased brother-in-law and I did a contest.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy whose house you spray painted?
Yes. And so
who
anyways,
then shot himself or something?
Yeah, we don't need to go into all that.
That's a crazy story.
It's insane. That story is more crazy than what I'm about to say.
Until that became the craziest story, there was a previous, less crazy story about Roxanne.
Yeah, Roxanne's former brother-in-law cheated on Roxanne, right?
That's not. Listen, guys, listen.
And
I'm just going to be perfectly honest.
And then you spray painted like the scarlet letter on his house?
I've always referred to him as a friend, as a friend's
A fiend.
ex-husband, not my sister's ex-husband.
Right.
So let's just
So-
not continue this conversation.
all right.
But let me tell you,
Yeah.
I was sitting at dinner with him at PF Chang's.
Who you
and
don't want to
he-
talk about.
Yeah, so
Right,
I
this
don't want to
guy.
talk about. And he challenged me to eat all the spices that were sitting on the table at PF
Does
Chang's.
PF Chang's have spices on the table?
They do. They have various spicy stuff, and then some spicy
I
sauces
didn't
came
know
out.
that.
And I was very sick
Yes.
after that challenge.
All right.
Do you know what we're doing?
Did you have to be hospitalized?
No, but I mean, like the rumbling in my stomach
Oh
was
my
like,
God. Was it explosive? All right. So, well,
not good.
no, all right. Now, when I said, now that's a spicy meatball, you're thinking Italian joint, but no, it's a Thai restaurant. But here's why I said that. The name of the dish that blew up this lady's mouth, she put Dragon Balls in her mouth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the story. So the complaint filed at the Superior Court of Santa Clara County alleges that the diner, Harjazleen Walia, suffered permanent bodily injuries after trying the Dragon Balls appetizer at the Coup de Thai in Los Gatos back on July 15th of 2021. That's 2 years ago.
The name of the town is Los Gatos? Like
Yeah,
the cats?
the cats. Yeah, I bet you the Dragon Balls were actually cat. That's what I'm thinking.
There's no strays in town.
The lawsuit, which was originally reported by local media out in California, claims that Walia felt her entire mouth, the roof of her mouth, her tongue, and her throat and her nose burn like fire immediately after putting Dragon Balls in her mouth. The Dragon Balls are spicy chicken meatballs made with green onion, kaffir lime leaves, cilantro, chili, and rice per the Coup de Thai's online menu, which warns customers of the $11 dish's heat with an image of a red pepper. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like some of the spicy dishes.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
But sometimes they'll use one red pepper. Sometimes they'll use two. I've seen all the way up to like four hot chili peppers to signify that the dish is hot.
And that's how all restaurants should do it. I can't go to a restaurant where it's all one pepper, but then some things are just mildly spicy and other things will light your pants on fire.
Yeah, so she's suing. Come on. You're suing because the dish was too hot when they have a spicy red pepper on the menu? Come on.
She said that she suffered effects for 2 years.
Yeah, give me a break.
That doesn't happen.
I don't
like
think
that.
this is going anywhere. I'd be surprised if this thing's not thrown out of court.
Have you ever eaten anything that completely incapacitated you?
No.
Not even for like 10 or 15 minutes?
Nope. Never. My spicy hot tolerance is pretty high. Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, we also didn't think there was going to be much of a payoff for a burn from a
chicken
nugget. A McNugget too. So
that was $800,000, but I was a little 4-year-old kid. I don't know if I'm. All right, so I'm going to tell a story now.
MJ story time.
We need an intro. That was
What?
perfect.
Want to do that again?
MJ story time.
I need like the little music box kind of, you know, you know.
We got to work on to get all that done.
All right, so MJ story time. I saw this headline last night, and I'm like, oh man, that sounds familiar. So the headline was UPS employee accused of stealing almost $12,000 in Apple products and jewelry and more, and then would steal it, resell it. So this is out of Ocala. This is right up the road, right up in Ocala. A UPS employee has bonded out of jail after being arrested on Wednesday, accused of dealing in stolen property after a cache of still packaged iPhones, smartwatches, tablets, jewelry, and more found at his home. Ocala police made contact with the UPS loss prevention around noon to look into the reported grand theft of packages by an employee identified as Jose Flores Franco, 33 years old. So an officer met with UPS loss prevention. I guess Flores Franco was already seated. A probable cause affidavit shows police were told that an internal investigation was being conducted into missing items taken from undelivered packages. Franco allegedly discovered to be using his wife's Facebook account to then sell the items. So he was able to identify packages like stuff with Apple products and other things. So he was knowingly targeting certain packages, allegedly, and stealing the merch.
I mean, even the return address gives you an idea of what's inside.
Yeah. Listen, you're not going to get away. UPS, FedEx, you're not going to get away with this for long. But this brought back some memories of something that used to happen over at 4002 Gandy Boulevard in Tampa, 33611. The old J-Corps, then Clear Channel, then iHeart complex, now abandoned because they moved. You know, our old digs, I was there for over 20 years.
I think a bunch of homeless people live there now.
So here's the deal. There was, and I'm not going to mention any names per se, but there was a DHL driver. Remember DHL? Now they pretty much just handle like international stuff.
Is that all they do now? Okay.
Yeah, so I know that if my wife orders something from, I don't know, some, hoity-toity London or... So usually the international stuff a lot of times comes DHL.
But they used to do
domestic. And,
I
they used
remember
to
that,
do. So this is back in like the mid to late 90s, and there was a DHL driver who was friendly with one of the employees at the radio station. And they were good friends, and he used to come in and hang out. I remember he was in his DHL uniform and everything. And he would just bring in boxes of stuff. And like this one person had a brand new set of golf clubs in the studio. A whole set of golf clubs. And I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Oh, my DHL buddy. Oh, yeah, they just fell off the truck. I'm like, what? What?
Nothing falls off the truck.
So this unnamed person, who is a great person, other than accepting stolen merchandise.
I mean, besides being a thief.
Yeah, but I mean, I just remember this, and I wanted no part of it. And he was like, hey, man, what do you want? What should I look out for? So I'm like, I said to myself, nothing. I don't want to receive any stolen property. I don't want your stolen property. So I said nothing. I'm out. I don't need anything. But this guy was identifying and then pilfering things from his route. But how the hell do you not get caught? You know, don't they know that the packages are on your truck? The packages never got delivered. Anyway, I don't know if it was being taken from like the warehouse where it was getting sorted, but he was coming up with all kinds of expensive merchandise that this coworker of ours, who was working at our old radio station, was getting this merch. And I don't know what ultimately happened. He stopped coming around. I don't know what ever happened to this guy, but he was the DHL dude back like in the mid to late 90s that I think he serviced our area in South Tampa. And a bunch of items. It was like, I remember the set of golf clubs. They were like expensive and just, fell off the truck. And it got pilfered from a DHL delivery, and it ended up in our radio station. I'm like, I want no part of this. Don't tell me anything else. So,
man, I wish I knew that guy.
When I saw the UPS story, it was probably right around you were probably there for some of it. You know, it was, I think, late 90s is when this happened. All right, we got to roll. So I'm looking forward. Michelle and I are, tomorrow we're going to stay at the Tampa Edition. We were invited, so Michelle and I are going to be staying at the hotel, the 5-star Tampa Edition. We're going to have dinner at Lilac, one Michelin-starred restaurant, one of the first 3 Michelin stars in the Tampa Bay area, so I'm looking forward to it. And I'll have a full report. I'm going to see Oppenheimer late on Sunday night. Fester's going to send the family to see Barbie.
Oh, we'll have a full Barbie review from Hadley on Monday.
All right, I got to roll, folks. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.